What's going on, guys? I've been working with Merrick Health now for 6 months. I want to tell you guys that if I had somebody like this when I was younger, I would have made better gains and I would have been much healthier along the way. So having a provider like Merrick Health to look over your hormones, make sure you're taking the right things at the right times, you're not taking too much or too little, making sure they're going over your blood work and make sure your health is good along the way with those hormones is absolutely priceless. So what I suggest is you go to merrickhealth.com/RBP. It's going to take you to a page where I got my blood panels done. There's a blood panel here for $120. This is just a blood panel that you can get with 53 different biomarkers that'll tell you what your blood work looks like. But you're going to be reading it by yourself. This is more important. This is the blood panel with the consultation. You're going to look at more biomarkers. You're going to look at all your hormones, and a consultant will sit with you and tell you what it means for you when it comes to optimizing your hormones, but also making sure you're healthy along the way. merrickhealth.com/RBP. Use code RBP for the 10% off on your first order, and keep healthy while you're growing. Bodybuilding is a great sport. We want to make sure we're doing it in the safest way possible. Hey, what's going on? How are you, Samson?
Good, I'm good. Well, that's what happens when you're riding a bike across all of California for how many days? You're gonna be tired.
That's not why, Samson. That was actually really fun.
Yeah,
But we should make it public
yeah.
that you were right and I was wrong. And I did not ride my motorcycle across the USA.
I don't think people knew the bet yet. I didn't even think they knew about the bet.
Well, me and Samson made a bet back in James, how are you, man?
Good.
What's
I've
going on with
muted my mic so I finish my cereal and listen to your stories.
Oh, it's okay. My camera might flicker on and off, so I apologize, guys. But anyway, me and Samson made a bet back in, like, I don't know, what was it, May?
May? Yeah.
We made a bet back in May that I would ride my bike across America because I want to ride from Chicago to California, which is like a Route 66 is a highway in the USA that goes all the way across Chicago, all the way to California, to the coast. So it was something I wanted to do. And Samson laughed at me hysterically because he said, there's no fucking possible way physically that I could ride a motorcycle for 4 or 5 days straight. And I called him out and said he was full of shit. And turns out Samson was right. I was wrong.
Oh, damn.
I don't like forearms and like arse would be very achy.
Yep. That's what I said.
It's not really my ass. Sorry, I'm gonna have to switch this camera angle. I might stick to this today.
Oh, this is cool. This is a bit different.
Cool. It's not the ass that's the problem, because my seat is comfortable. It's my shoulders. Because you're riding like this for fucking however long. After like 4 hours, my shoulders start to get fucking sore and shit. You know what? It's the kind of thing I could do, Samson, but I literally would need like a week.
Yeah, to spread it out evenly.
Because I think our bet was like 3 days, which would mean I'd have to ride for like 10 hours every day.
Oh, man. Ooh. And then wake up the next day and do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know the other reason why it was not appealing to do it. I think riding there would be fun, but riding home would be like fuck. You know what I mean? You'd be like, okay,
yeah, because you need to either ride it back or put it in a truck and drive him back.
Because you think to yourself, you already did it. You're like, okay, I went. Now I gotta fucking ride all the way home. So
kind of like cardio, isn't it? You know, when you used to go for a walk outside, and you get further and further away from home, and you're like, "Fuck this, call me a cab."
Right. I've done that before. You're like having a good time. You're walking, and next thing you know, you're like, "Fuck, I gotta walk all the way back now." So anyway, but yeah, we had a good time. Me and Ben. You know what I realized, Samson? I don't have to do that because there's a place called Eagle Rider, and they're all over. They're all across the world. So anywhere I go, pretty much, not anywhere, but a lot of like the nicer places you want to go, like Vegas, or if you want to go to Italy or wherever, you can just rent motorcycles.
Oh, is that what you guys did with the nice ones? Those were nice though.
Yeah. So we were in California for the meet with Sam at that Nutrizone store. So we just rented motorcycles after like all the work was done. Oh, wow. We rented motorcycles for a couple days and had a good time. So that was that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good time, man.
But more importantly, Samson, I gotta let me just go to this little thing here. There's a couple things I need to show people on Samson's page.
Oh, my page.
On your page.
What did I do?
What did you do? I don't. Well, first of all, we'll get to the bodybuilding stuff first. So first of all, what the fuck is this, dude? It's only been a month.
Oh, that was yesterday.
It's only been a month since the Olympia.
Yeah,
wait, before we carry on. Hi, Ian, how are you?
What's up?
Look at that fucking hairline.
Hey. Hey.
You guys didn't, I don't know if you guys know, Ian got a hair transplant.
Nah, we know. We saw that. Right, look at that.
Bro, you'd have to not be on planet Earth tonight.
I don't know if you guys are.
Come on.
So yeah, he's that's looking like I don't know, that's a low hairline, dude.
Yeah, it's looking pretty wild right now for sure.
You think it's gonna look good like when it grows out? Or is it gonna be...
for sure. Yeah.
I saw a story on TikTok that people are like, I guess there's a controversy with Bumstead because they're saying he got his hair too low and it's gonna look fucked up when it grows in.
No.
You guys don't.
I think people forget how low hair is when you're younger.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a big forehead here. It's not like my hairline wasn't like it was still here. We didn't bring it down much. We just filled in that area. Yeah.
These bits going at the horns.
Yeah. It's just like I had it where it was like back here a bit more, so then we filled in this area. But this is really where it came down to at the front. You know,
you look like a Dagestani MMA fighter right now.
Yes.
Anyways,
that is cool.
We were looking at this. Look at the fucking.
I saw this crazy,
dude. The back on you, man. That back lat spread's really fucking coming up. Like
it's a big fella.
Turning into something special.
We keep working at it.
So what is your weight here? Because you look like you've like.
Oh, can I guess? 311.
311. Yeah.
See, I follow.
I mean, you look a lot bigger than you did a month ago.
Yeah,
because we're rebounding, right? So we're kind of just using that and let it happen.
But it looks like really clean weight. Like you don't look puffy and watery and shitty. Like it's all very like quality.
Decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's the only way. We normally kind of master out of without sort of like improving in that rebound stage and sort of do that and then dive back down for a show. So that's how we can make changes so quickly in those short times. So this was just basically, I was even surprised when we saw the body was reacting this time. I was like, okay, this is nice. Just go with it.
I mean, your arms
make me want to rebound. Just rebound now for the sake of it. It's brilliant.
So Samson, I think we went over this, but I don't remember for sure. I mean, this is the details already coming in better. Like this is different for you. At 12 weeks out or whatever you are now. That's going to be pretty impressive. But I think we discussed this before, but I'm not sure exactly. I don't remember. What exactly did the judges tell you they wanted for you to improve on? If anything?
One more, just a little bit more thickness in the back, which we never get thick enough in the back. You want as thick as possible.
Yeah.
And just a little bit harder. And that was after the Olympia, that is. Yeah. Just a little bit harder after, basically, than what we were then. Or a little bit drier than what we were then.
So obtainable, bro.
So were they implying like, when they said that to you, are they implying like you could have won the Olympia, or are they just saying like you need to be better, period? Or is it like you could have won if these things were better?
You could have won if you were just, a little bit thicker on the back and a little bit drier.
Okay. So the Arnold is what, 12 weeks now?
12 weeks out, yes.
And
today, isn't it?
So far, your best competition, I know that's doing the Arnold, is Andrew.
Yeah.
Is anybody else in that top 5? I think Brandon, I saw Brandon post something that he said he was like, I don't know, the caption said something about locking in. I'm like, I don't know if that means he's doing the Arnold too.
I have no idea. I think the list comes out next week or this week. Actually, this week coming now. So
I know. I heard that Huddy potentially is doing it. But,
really?
Yeah, but I don't know.
I like that. I like
that.
That
would be good. It'd be good. It'd be great for Samson. Yeah, you want that challenge.
Well, I mean, fuck it. I mean, look, it's really simple. If you beat Hottie at the Arnold, then it sets you up.
Up a spot to go challenge for the title. Yeah.
Sets you up for the Arnold. Now, James,
I've applied.
You applied. You're waiting, but you're dieting already, right?
Yeah.
Because you're almost certainly going to get the Arnold UK invite.
Yeah.
But you want the Arnold Columbus, which you'll probably get as well. But
Yes, whether like I wrote the email like efficiently or not, you know, I write like a kid. So when I'm like applying for something, it's like some
I don't think they care. I don't think they care about your punctuation.
Yeah. I hope so, because if they do, I've got no fucking chance. But yeah, the UK is a definite. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. So,
why are you using this fucking camera angle again?
Because my camera's fucked. I don't know why it keeps going off.
Oh, I hate this.
What camera do you have?
I have a Sony A6400.
Oh, using DSLR.
Yeah, I don't know why. It all of a sudden just started flickering. It would just go black and then come back. I don't know why it started doing that.
Yeah,
connections all are tight on the back there.
Yeah, maybe I gotta do it. I like kind of like
software update.
I kind of like bothering Iain with this camera angle because it bothers him for no reason at all.
It's just frozen off.
It's very unnatural feeling for me.
This is like when I use this camera angle, it's more like you're sitting in the room with me. You can see some of the.
I've done like 200 episodes looking at you from one angle. This trips me out when I do another angle.
That angle looks like you started your gaming channel.
Yeah. This one?
Yeah, it looks like we see you use the keyboard.
Yeah, you got the keyboard and the computer in front of him.
All right. Listen, more importantly, so going back to this, what do you see here, Samson? Because I'm seeing like shreds already at 12 weeks out, which is impressive. Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we want to. I mean, each time we want to dig in even deeper than we've ever done before. So every time wherever we get to in the past, we always try to like, okay, benefit of that work.
Can I ask you something? Sorry, Samson, to interrupt you. I just want to ask you something about this pose because I'm blown away at how big your back is in the lat spread, and it's not just wide; like it looks thick. But then we don't get the same effect in the back double. And I'm wondering.
And honestly, with same thing that we've done so much working on checking and say, okay, why doesn't it open up this?
Can I ask you a simple question? Because I know Roman started doing this and his back double changed. Have you tried this pushing your spine outwards?
That's what Bumstead does too.
Yeah, completely, like almost over your back this way.
No, not
towards the audience.
Not rounding it, but just pushing it out. Pushing it out this, because I noticed Roman used to do it your way, where it was like more arched, like this way.
Yeah.
And it would suck up and it didn't look as big. And then when he started pushing his spine outwards, all of a sudden his lats kind of popped out. So I don't know if you, because the only reason I say that is like it's very odd that like when you go from this to your back lat spread, it's like dramatically different.
Yeah, like there. Like look, you're back there.
Yeah.
It looks like
width is there.
More can be got out of that pose for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
See that? Like this isn't just a wide back. Like there's a lot of thickness in here.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And so I almost feel like it maybe it's a posing issue, or if possible, I don't know if you've already tried all those things, but I also noticed from the side, like when you turn to the side here, watch this.
It's a thick lower back.
Check this out right there. See that?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. So the back is there.
You're just trying to open it up wide enough while you hit the back double.
But that's the thing. I don't think it's a matter of opening it this way. I think it's a matter of
just
pushing
it out.
Projection.
Actually, that's such a good idea. Actually, that's something I've never actually thought about that way.
Because
if there's somebody trying to widen up,
right?
But to actually try to push it towards the audience.
Well,
in your mind, most people think push my elbows out, get my lats wider.
Yeah.
But I think if you push your spine back, it might create more of a 3D look.
Sure. And also, if you're pushing your spine back, you're creating more distance to your lats end. So potentially
so
could widen
more room
it
to open up.
Could. Yeah. I suffered the same thing when I pose, and there's been certain shows when I've hit it well, and other shows where I'm just too bunched in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like it's worth trying.
If you look at Bumstead, like up to 18, he hit it normally. And then like in 19 or no, up to 19 and then 20, 21, 22, people are like, oh my God, his back improved so much. Yeah. Like it did improve a bit for sure, but it improved way more just because of the posing
tweaks,
what he got out of it versus the, there, look at the difference. That's not actually, his back didn't improve that much.
Yeah. He's posing it differently.
Yeah, see how he's pushing his spine out in the lower there versus he's staying very upright. It's very flush versus like kind of,
that picture's really good one. If you look on the bottom left there, the one down on the left outside of the box.
This one?
Yeah, that would really shows it.
See?
Yeah.
Like that.
Such a difference.
Let me go to
We'll be like his back, and like look, his back did improve, but it didn't like magically like gain crazy amounts in 1 year. He just posed it better. You know?
Does Chris, when he does that, does he also like blow out the air, or does he suck it in? Because I almost feel like you could blow out quite hard and flex your lower back hard.
Yeah. I feel like when you blow out, your waist actually gets smaller.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, like
I think your lower back in that kind of pose would actually crisp up.
Yeah. I always, whenever I used to do my back shots, I would blow. Like if you looked from the side, my stomach was like
way out.
Yeah, it was just pushed out.
That's one of the funniest things to watch when you're on the Olympia stage, watching the back double. The back
Who has the most
that angle? Yeah. You always say, why would you film that? Why would you film that?
Yeah, they should just film the
I'll be standing like I'll be there in like the second call out, watching the first call out, and they're like, some guys just like you know?
See that? Wait. Watch this. Check this out. Watch the center of his back, Samson.
Yeah.
Watch right here. He gets into it, and then it's almost like he pushes the center of his back out. Right?
Yeah.
Watch. There.
Yeah.
See how he kind of like See how he kind of like sat back on his
You kind of sat back on it.
Yeah, like right here it's fine. It's all like normal. And then you'll see a part where he almost like leans his spine outward.
Pushes out.
Right? There.
Yeah.
And then he gets into it. So now it has more depth.
Yeah.
Because this is right? Because this is already bulged out.
Yeah, it looks good actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed he changed that. I don't know if he changed it this year or last year. I noticed I'm like, wow, his back looks way different now. And I noticed it was because he like so I don't know, just something maybe you want to try.
Something to try, definitely. I mean, I'm not
sure. If it inks out, you know, like a few millimeters of extra width and detail.
That's big. Yeah.
Well worth it.
The other thing I wanted to show people, I'm sure they've already seen it, but I want to just discuss it. It was this. Samson.
So what went on here? I want to know the story here. I didn't want to ask too many questions.
Okay, wait. Before you tell the story, just
it's all Fouad's fault.
No, it's
everything
not.
that happened is all Fouad's fault. No, Iain, you were there. You were in Orlando. It was all his fault.
I know. Yeah. I know anything like this is Fouad's fault. I don't blame you.
Yep.
Anything like this.
We went for James in Orlando. Mike's good friend Tommy got me and Ian a couple nice cars to drive around. So I had a Corvette Z06.
You had the blue one, didn't you?
I had the blue one. Ian had a Porsche GT3 RS, the red one.
Yeah.
And we were zipping around for 3 days. He just let us drive him for like 3 days. It was awesome. But I took Samson for a ride in the Corvette, and I think it just snapped his
triggered
brain.
something.
Like, yeah,
I need something.
You were flying. That was when we were going.
No, it's not just like he took me out in Corvette. He was doing Fast and Furious on the motorway.
Yeah, we were going fucking wild,
like ridiculously.
You have to do it properly if you're going to do it, boys.
And it was that moment between fear and admiration at the same time. And you're like, holy shit, I'm gonna die, but this is so cool.
You know, it's funny. You know,
I need one of these.
You know, it's funny. James is after the Olympia. Samson was kind of, you know, feeling rough because he didn't win.
Yeah.
But for that 20 minutes, he forgot about the Olympia. He had a grin on his face from the second he got in the car to the fucking when he got to the gym.
That's brilliant.
So, anyway,
meanwhile, Paul's in the car with me, like, Iain, stop, please, stop, please, stop, Iain,
shit himself. Love that.
So what happened? So okay, but here, let me defend myself a little bit.
Yeah.
After the Olympia,
I
don't know, like a couple weeks go by. Me and Samson have had a few conversations. He calls me out of the blue. He's like, "Hey, thinking about getting this car. Blah blah. What do you think?" I'm like, "Samson, you got some other stuff you want to do first?" I'm like, "Maybe just wait." He's like, okay, thanks for the advice. And then like the next day I see he gets this fucking car on Instagram. I'm like,
no. There's a story there. It was at least a week and there was a story behind that.
Okay, basically. Go ahead.
The stuff I was planning on doing, which was the primary stuff I was planning on doing, it didn't pan out. So I was like, damn, you just had a great year and you're about to end the year and you know, there was no bang to end it with. And it felt like you ended in a bit of disappointment because I wanted to do that. So I was like, we were like, well, why not just do this instead? And I was like, okay. But my defense is I got the best deal on it ever, and that's why.
Okay.
Well, so explain to them how that all panned out.
So basically, I was going there to look at the car, and I must have posted on social media, you know, what do you guys think or whatever. So the dealership on there, they messaged me, say, look, we got a nice red one here. You might want to have come take a look at. And I was like, I looked at it, I was like, look, actually, he's really nice, really cool. So we drove up there to have a look at it. So the morning show, you know, morning woke up, went to the dealership, and the guy was like, oh, here's the keys, take it for a drive. And I was like, you just going to give me the keys to take this car for a drive like that? So I was like, okay, great. So I did. And it was ridiculous. You know,
what car is that? Is that the 650 LT?
The 600 LT.
600 LT. So that's the one he gave you to drive.
Yeah, and it was nuts. And I was like, I've never been, it was like a go-kart. I've never been in anything like this in my life. I'm like, I ain't going home without having this with me. So I'm like, okay. So when we went back, and he was like, oh, do you like it? And he had this big grin on his face. I was like, you motherfucker, you knew I liked it.
He knew it was going to happen.
Come on, man, don't play.
It's a sealed deal.
Like whatever. What did you expect? So after a while, he was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I really like it. I want it. I was like, I like it. And he goes, okay, good. I got a proposition for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay. So he comes up and he's saying about, okay, they're gonna throw in the services for McLaren for the next 3 years. They're gonna throw in all the bits and everything to make it completely, you know, just all I gotta do is put fuel in and whatever. And I was like, okay. You know, when they do all the sales talk, you always kind of in the back and go, yeah, but what's the cash?
Where's the end of it? Yeah,
Where is he going?
Where's the bottom line?
So he went back and he said, okay, you know your BMW, are you part X in that? And I was like, yeah, of course. So okay, we'll take that off you. And basically at the end of it, I'm only paying $200 more than the BMW for this.
Wow.
So
you basically got sponsored by the dealership.
Yeah.
That's
so
really
it's
cool,
like,
man.
look, all that you got to do, you know, every time you drive a car, just mention that you got it from us and stuff like that. And, you know, and it goes in 2 years, you come back and swap it for another one.
Well, that's why when I looked at the post, I noticed you kind of highlighted collaboration. So I was like, I was keen to get on here and have a chat, see what that was about. Yeah. That's really cool, man.
So can you tell him I'm sharing it on the podcast?
Yeah. Can't you tell him all four of us on this podcast?
Red Line Specialist Cars, go there and get your cars. And then, see if that's worth something for me. Yeah. No. Okay, but I have a question. You were looking at a Lambo. So what happened?
Yes, I went to look at a white Lambo and I didn't like it.
Oh, what do you mean you didn't like it?
Didn't like it.
It was a 2014 Aventador.
Okay,
like crazy white one. On the internet, everything else, it looked menacing. It looked sick.
For those who don't know, it was a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, which is like over.
No, it wasn't FVJ. It wasn't
an SVJ. It was just the Aventador.
Come on, FVJ is like God knows how much.
I don't know. That's what I thought. Okay, so in North America, that's like a $500,000 car.
Yeah, I think this one was like 170 or something like that.
Yeah, pounds. Yeah.
So we went off. We had to look at it, and for some reason it was parked there, and we were looking at it. And the whole time we were looking at it, there was a McLaren, and it's just behind it.
Yeah,
and I just couldn't stop looking at the McLaren. I'm like, I came here to see this, but I'm just drawn to that. So I kind of said to him, like, I looked at the Lambo, looked it over, and I was just like, because it obviously was an older year and everything else, I don't know, it felt like it, you know. And I was like, you know what, as much as this is cool and all, even it looked a bit too much for one. And at the same time, I just wasn't drawn to it. Yeah. But then I looked at the McLaren and I was like, actually, can I have a look at that one instead?
Elevating.
Is the McLaren
that just ended it for me right there.
What year is the McLaren?
The McLaren was 2020.
Yeah. See, it's like, I feel like those sports cars. Remember we went to that exotic car rental thing where the HOSSTILE team all rented.
Yep.
The Ferrari was the oldest one there.
Yeah, and it was.
But it's weird. It's weird with supercars. Like they get older way faster.
Yeah,
than like
jump up in tech is so fast. Yeah.
It's not just the tech. It's like you can feel like some of the ricketiness of the doors, the handles, like
because they've been driven hard. A lot.
Yeah. But a lot of like the fit and finish stuff is not the same on a supercar
as
it is with like
as a luxury.
Yeah. So it felt a little older to you. So you went to McLaren.
Yeah.
And then,
dude, Yannick is so jealous. McLarens are her favorite car. Well, not jealous. She's very happy for you, but she wants one eventually. And I'm like, well, you better make some fucking money then.
How often have you been driving the thing? Every day?
I haven't got it yet.
What do you mean you haven't got it?
It's delivered to me next week because they have to get a service with McLaren before they actually even give it to me. So they say, okay, when do you want it? I say, okay, give it to me in 2 weeks' time.
This is going to be an easy prep for you then. Every time you're hungry, just get in the car. Go for a rip.
That will get rid of any of these.
And you always have this big smile on your face every time, like regardless of
McLaren,
no matter how your day, there's always a big smile on your face. You look like an idiot.
Samson, will the McLaren be a go-around car to everywhere and anywhere? So you can pull him up to grocery shopping. You know,
he'll make it. It's
so stripped out. It's so stripped out, and it's so racer core. I'm scared of even taking it out of my house. I'm looking and going, I don't even know where I'm going to drive this thing because it just feels too much like a race car, and you kind of look and going.
So you're going to have Hey, can you say hi to Melissa for us? Hi.
We'll just do waves.
What are you doing back there? What's she doing?
She's keeping the house tidy.
He's putting the couch back together.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's doing some like cleaning and stuff now.
Okay, so I'm just going to get a little deeper for a second. So, Samson, I think one of the things that a lot of your older fans that have been with you for a while,
yeah,
I think one of the things they like about you most is that they know where you came from.
Yeah.
And, you know, and for those who don't know, Samson used to work in construction, and he was bodybuilding while he was doing construction and all that. And I think so. You come from humble beginnings. So, going from there to signing for a McLaren. What is that?
It's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Honestly, you know, like, because I always say, put it like this. I'll be like, you know, everybody, we all have this point where we're like, man, you know what? If I win the lottery one day, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this. Yeah. You always think that it's just this dream, you know, that one day, if you're lucky, but you kind of think that it's not probably ain't gonna happen. So when you kind of be getting the opportunity, and you kind of like, you come from that to here, because I remember so many times, dreaming one day or owning a supercar. Yeah. But you're always kind of like, yeah, one day.
Yeah.
So when something like that happens, you can't help but just pinch yourself and go, man, this is it doesn't happen normally. You don't hear people that go from there to there that you know that it happens to. So it's happening to you, and you feel like you're living a dream, man.
Well, I think you're gonna pinch yourself over and over again. Like there's gonna be periodic times where you're driving it where you're gonna be like,
holy shit.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. You know, the people I know that have nice things like yourself, at the end of the day, you've just been willing to work so fucking hard, and you set yourself such a high goal that, you know, like you aim for number 1 at the Olympia and you end up getting 3, but you end up, you know, winning an Arnold, blah, blah, blah. That mentality that you have is taking you the whole way, and it'll take you even further. So it's just, it just shows a person like you deserves that shit, man.
So Iain, what is that like? Iain, you've been pretty fortunate in your career as well. So what is that like? I'm pinching myself moment for you. Like, holy fuck. Like, I can't believe, like, is it your home? Like when you're sitting around with Melissa in your house, or is it like, or is there something you haven't achieved yet that you want to achieve? Like,
I don't know. Like my career was so progressive, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
didn't like
one, like, you know, where it's like Samson really had like a serious breakout, like change in the pace of his career, you know? There was shows where I was beating Samson, then the next year, like Samson's crushing everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Like there was a big change in the level up of Samson, where my career was very like slow, you know? Samson was there for a few years and not doing as well as he wanted, and then now he was fucking jumped up like big level, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, mine was very like, I turned pro in 2014, you know? So I was pro for, it was very slow. So I don't really know if I ever had a moment, because it was like such a slow acclimation. You know what I mean?
Let me rephrase it. So when you started, because mine was very progressive as well, right? And I think
the only way you really notice it is like me being out of it now, looking back, you know?
Well,
like on the other side, I'm like, wow, like I'm really grateful for, you know, everything that's given me in the life that's given me. And it's like, you see these when you look back and kind of all the doors it's open and all the things that you've done.
Yeah.
But while you're in it, it was such a slow, progressive thing. It was like, you know, my contracts like every year would get like a little bigger. I'd place a little better. You know, its contracts went from $2,000 a month to $4,000 a month up, you know, like it's like everything was very slow, progressive. So it wasn't like one year where I was like, I was making $2,000 a month and the next I was making 15, you know?
So for me, I can pick out like some singular moments where I was like, I think I made because sometimes when you're bodybuilding, you don't know if you made the right choice, because it's so hard on you mentally, physically. The money's it's not like a normal paycheck or a normal job where like you just get a big raise. You got to have your hand in like multiple pots sometimes. So there's specific periods of time. Like when I got my Corvette, I was like, hey, this is like, it's worth it. Right. Or more recently, like when all of us were sitting in my backyard, when you guys were over and we were just having a coffee, just talking, I'm like, this is nice. You know, like, you're like, this is all worth it now.
Yeah.
So like, that's what it's more of that. What I'm saying is there a period of time where you're like, this was all worth it? Like I have all the things I wanted, or I've achieved the level of success I was thinking of, that kind of thing.
I don't know if there was ever like one moment where like, you know, really like, obviously, like, you know, you said there was moments in my career, you know, like I know like my 21 year, you know, when I like won a couple shows, I came second at the Arnold, 7th at the Olympia, like, you know, I looked back at that year and like just in prize money, I'm like, fuck, I made like $250,000 in prize money this year. This is a fucking sick year.
I remember that.
At the end of the year, I'm like, this is fucking dope. You know?
I remember that.
Yeah. I'm like, shit, like I made a fuckload of money this year on competitions, like just literally from competing. I was like, and that was pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
But I never really did anything like crazy with it, you know, because it was always such like a progressive thing like that, you know?
Yeah. James, is there a period in your career, like for you, it could be the gym. Like I've been thinking about,
listen,
like walking into the gym, it'd be like, is that your thing?
Being in a position to do this gym and the amount that we've kind of put into it, like, I would never have been able to do that without my bodybuilding. Yeah. You know, I've done okay, and I've managed to secure good contracts to a degree, and been able to put money aside and be able to create something that's way beyond what I would have been able to create in any other venture.
Right.
And it's something that's going to return for me, both in my bodybuilding, but also from a financial position as well. So I'm kind of now excited about the next bit because I've got a really good gym and something that earns me external money that I wasn't earning before.
See, I guess I'm talking about like it's almost like an out of body experience. Like you're doing something and all of a sudden you just kind of like step out of your body and you look at your life and you go, fuck, this is
when I won the Europa, I felt very much like that.
Yeah.
Because I respect so many of the guys like Samson, fucking Mark, Rafa. Like there was people there that I am a fan of, and I'm standing with them. And after that show, it was anyone's show. And to come out, I was like, fuck, like, Jesus, that was good. Yeah. You may never get that again. Hold on to that. I guess me and Samson had a chat after, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is
I said to you, I said, don't worry, mate, your shit's coming real soon. I promise you. It's a matter of time.
Well, it's like this. This is kind of what I'm talking about, James. So when you're doing this shit, are you like, is there a part of you that's like, fucking, this is sweet?
Bro, that day blew my mind. Like I was looking at 2 Arctic trucks full of Prime kit, and I'm like, look what we got. Like obviously I couldn't do this without Jordan's assistance. Like it's a 2-man job.
Yeah.
But to even be able to go in with him as a 50-50 partner of a gym is like, I couldn't have done that if I didn't do what I've done in bodybuilding.
Well,
testing kit, you know, fucking around, having a laugh, enjoying myself.
I wanted to ask you, whose gym is this? Is this your gym?
Yeah. It's just loads of shit.
What is this?
This is a quote that Jordan loves by a gentleman. I can't remember his name. Jordan's got this thing for quotes. You'll notice in any space that Jordan has, a quote goes on the wall. So he's like, "Can I put my quote on that wall?" And I'm like, "Of course you fucking can."
What is the gist of the quote? If you don't remember it,
gist of the quote is, if you're going to dedicate yourself to something, dedicate yourself the full way, even if you lose shit along the way, because the gift of being unique and isolated by being so good at something is the gift.
So basically,
you may take yourself out of circles, but you're up there and you've made it.
So basically saying sacrifice without regret, but like
in a lot of I can't do it because of legal issues. So we've got to do it in a lot of words. No, but very much, the mindset's very much the same.
Yeah. So you guys
would have looked much. How neat would it be if you just had that? Jordan.
You guys went all out though. This machine's pretty fucking sweet.
Oh, we've gone all out. Yeah, this is actually this isn't even released yet by Prime.
I noticed. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, it's a new piece that they kind of modeled after this. I don't know. There's another company that does one called Citadel, which is apparently really good. But damn, it's humbling. I'm like a little bitch on that. Look.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it like, what the fuck? But yeah, it's a solid piece. I love it.
That's my least favorite exercise of all time, right?
Yeah, you don't like single arm pull down shit.
I can't stand. Yeah. I mean,
listen,
I'm sure when you do it, it's working. But it's like,
I'm like really good friends, obviously, with Anth Bales, and Anth always calls out the single arm pull down, and I'm the same because a lot of people just don't make any effort when they're fucking doing it as well. It's like, come on.
Yeah. They're trying to be too sciencey,
or it's like it's their entire back workout. Like they didn't do any rows. They didn't do any.
Dude, they've done no barbell row, no fucking deadlift,
no dumbbell rows, no nothing. Yeah,
exactly. But that's really cool.
They sat in the lap pull down, doing them like this.
Feeling their own. Is it working? Yeah. Shit, Sherlock. I hope so.
So, a lot of people don't realize though, and I got a little taste of this when I opened like my little private gym was the cost of fucking mirrors and flooring. And, like,
I can't even say how expensive this gym has been because it's disgraceful.
Isn't it nuts? Like fucking,
it's double what we were prepared to pay.
So if you've seen like little videos of my gym.
Yeah, I can imagine you've done fucking loads.
No, but I've only have rubber flooring under the squat rack and under the dumbbell.
Flooring's so expensive.
Because I'm like, I'm not fucking paying like 10 grand to fucking Like, there's no point. I'm like, fuck
There's
it.
no
I don't.
point.
But
To
I
be
mean,
fair, Fouad, we had that in Kings. Like we only had it in vital areas, and I liked it.
well,
I mean, to do your whole gym in with rubber floor would have been more than 10 grand. Sure.
yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
mate,
I'm just throwing out a number, but like,
for sure be more than that.
I think for you though, James, I think because it's a public gym, I think it makes more sense. But for me,
That's
I'm
why.
like,
If it was my private space, I wouldn't. I'll just have it.
Yeah.
I would have it around some dumbbells and maybe some more kind of delicate machines that perhaps things fall off.
Yeah.
But
just go super old school and just carpet your gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wood panel. Carpet and wood panels.
No, the worst.
Nice carpet in there, you know?
The worst is the wood. Have you been like to any of the gyms in Europe with the wood flooring?
No.
Oh no.
Not a fan of that. I've been to a couple gyms in Germany with like literally like hardwood floor.
Oh, shit. No,
that's basketball court floor.
Yeah. And the fucking mirrors too. The mirrors are a fucking bitch.
Mirrors are super expensive.
Mirrors are expensive. Floor is expensive. You need them to
like the specialist to install them and carry them around, and like it's a lot to do them. Yeah.
Did you put the mirrors all the way around the gym? Because I left 2 of my walls with no mirrors on them.
Not all the way. There's some areas where I haven't got them because I've got a mural of Luke on the wall, and then I got this like grey feature wall, just painting it now. So yeah, some of it's not.
Where is that fucking picture? I know it was here somewhere.
The mural might be in.
I know there it is. I got
it. It's like a cartoony big Luke, cartoonized massive.
I like it. It's cool.
It's cool.
Dude, look how fucking big it is, man.
It's pretty huge.
That's giant.
It's it's you could get the real life guys in, but I don't know anyone that could do real life. So we got this kind of style, and I thought it's pretty cool. And I'm in there, I'm training. I can look over at the wall like you can when you train, and
I like it. So anybody else going up on the wall, or is just?
I would love to. I would actually like to do some more. I was thinking about where some of the leg kit is, getting a picture of when me and Luke were training together.
Yeah.
Something like this, like a still from when he's on the leg press screaming his ass off, and I'm just going, "Come on, you bastard!" Something like that. But it's getting a high enough resolution kind of shot. But I definitely want some more. But
you should message James. You should message some of the photographers. No. Well, it depends. It depends if you're drawing or doing like I did a flag, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So if you're doing that, I would message some of the photographers that shot him and just say, "Can I get a high res photo?"
Because I think Rebecca had a few high res photos.
Yeah, because I would just get a bunch of high res photos and then pick the one you like and then make a flag out of it and then put it up on the wall. I just because I put John and Luke, and then I was like, I kind of want to finish the rest of the wall, and I was like, I kind of want to put like some of the bodybuilders I like Dorian.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to put Cedric, but I didn't want to make it like all these like
passed away. Yeah, you don't want to just it's a tone. Yeah,
I didn't want to like ruin the feel, right?
So for sure.
But I thought about putting a picture of Dorian up and shit, and I'm like, I don't know. So I don't know if I want to finish it.
Dorian's a very inspiring one to put up, isn't it? It's kind of, I wouldn't mind having a Dorian, a front lat spread.
Like some of those.
I'll send you a couple nice high res photos of me you can put up there.
I would love to have. No, but look, you could have the boys from like the podcast for sure.
That would be cool if we did like
everyone in their prime.
Yeah, but then people leave the podcast and I got to throw the flag away.
Spray over their face.
But draw a different face over that. That's a bad joke. I shouldn't say that. Okay. Anyway, so we covered the gym. I wanted to get into.
Can I say the open date as well? I've got an open date.
Oh yeah. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
January 21st.
January 21st.
Nice.
I think, isn't Ben's coming to the UK at the end of this month? Is he going to go to your gym?
He's more than welcome to. It's obviously a bit of a site at the minute, but Ben can come anytime. Anyone can. Anyone that's Samson want to pop down and see it. Anyone wants to pop down and see it.
Samson, how far are you from James's gym?
Where is it, James?
I'm in Cheltenham now, so it's quite far because obviously I was nearer to you before.
Yeah.
So it's a proper trek, but he's got a fast car.
Yeah, but how many hours?
I was going to say it sounds like a McLaren. It sounds like a McLaren drive.
Yeah, I'm 100. I'm about.
I know it.
I think I'm about.
Just quickly.
I think I'm about 2.5 hours now from London west. I'm actually not far from Bristol.
That's 48.
Oh, no, that's reasonable.
Yeah. Cool.
What did you say, Ian?
So that's 48 minutes in the McLaren.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, when it's finished, and it'll be finished before opening, like let's say January.
Yeah.
Samson, if you want to come down, do a workout. I said to you the other day we need to do something. Come down, bro.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm looking for a photo because I wanted to cover something that I don't normally cover.
Ooh.
But I thought it was kind of fucked up, so I thought I should cover it. So there was a classic show yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Michael DeBull won. Yes. Michael DeBull won. I can't remember the gentleman who took second.
We're talking about the foot thing.
Well, this is the guy who came second.
No, the guy who came
Came
third.
third in the end. Second was a British guy.
Stefan is the guy who took third. I want to just see if I can.
Have we like confirmed this is what was going on? I don't know.
I know. Fuck. What is the page? Who's the best bodybuilder? Is that it?
That's normally the guy. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Who is the best bodybuilder? So he posted this photo. Where did it go? Did he delete it?
I think he was on his stories.
I thought I saw it posted on his.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh,
So,
he does have it.
Okay, so he's standing like on the edge of his foot, and people are saying that's not a big deal. But there's another photo where he's standing on a ball.
A ball?
Yes.
No fucking way.
That must be an edit.
Someone's just taking a picture.
I'm telling you. I gotta find it.
That lets you be quite a lot heavier, doesn't it?
Here, look. 1 second. I'm gonna like, I don't know if it's a fucking edit. I don't know, but I just got to send it to my computer. 1 second.
I've got this like image of it now being like a proper cartoony edit, like with some big beach ball.
Oh man,
one of them colourful ones that you knock on the beach.
Here, let's. Okay, let me see now. It is. Right.
And I want to give preface to people too that are saying like, oh, this might not make him taller, blah, blah, blah. There's also context to this that he was heighted 4 times. So this wasn't like he just got on there and he was like, they obviously were disputing. He was on the cusp and he was trying to make the next one up. So then you start doing little funky things with your feet to get taller,
Why is he heighted 4 times?
If it would just been on the first try, then it's one thing. But then when you're doing 4 attempts to get heighted, like, then you start to get some weird stuff going on here.
So this is a picture. This is a picture I saw.
Yeah, there you go.
You see this?
Oh,
and look at him. He's stretching his fucking tall.
No, don't worry about the stretching. Look down here. Do you see this little ball under his
Which
heel?
you're allowed to do.
No. Is that a ball or shadow?
Dude, there's a ball under his
There's something.
I don't know about that.
He's brought a little wedge with him.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way.
Look.
We need a higher resolution.
Shadow.
AI advanced.
What is this?
Regardless, the amount of height he's
that's a shadow, but either way, his
shadow up his feet. Look at the shadow carries on from top of his toes.
But his foot is off enough that it's creating shadow.
He's done 1 foot here, 1 foot toe.
Guys,
he's like, that's proper cheating.
I don't think that's a shadow.
Look at the amount of contraction in his left calf there that he's obviously raising his body up,
Look at, he's got his waist elongated.
Which allowed. That's allowed.
That's allowed. But what about having his head like up?
You can only be as tall. Like you can't make your neck longer. So you're allowed to stand as tall as you want.
Well,
but you're not allowed to raise yourself off the ground.
Are you allowed to stand on a ball?
Well, I don't see a ball. I'm not going to say there's a ball because I don't see a ball, but you're not allowed to manipulate your feet to get yourself taller.
What the fuck is under his heel then?
I just see a shadow.
That's a shadow.
Oh no!
But either way, his foot is up enough
when you took this photo,
he's still a good.
Was he moving at the time, or was he just stood like that? Because remember, Pozo is just still for like a split second. But was he just shuffling his feet, or was he?
Yeah, as if someone took 700 photos and picked this one out where he's kind of moving around a little bit.
He's just moving around a little bit.
We need an AI advancement.
I'm telling you, there's something under his heel there.
Yeah, the only thing that adds like insult injury on this one is how many times he attempted to weigh in, or the height in, Like if he had just heighted in one time, but it's like when you're clearly trying to like get that advantage up and you're just like reheight me, and then you're trying to like manipulate it every time,
Yeah.
1 second.
I'm glad we ain't gonna do that.
Okay. Why is this happening though? Why isn't somebody just saying, look, put your feet flat on the ground? And that's like, why is that happening?
Or no one's choosing to ignore it. It's one of the other.
So I'm not in classic, so I don't really give a shit. This is the only reason I give a shit. Neil, rest in peace, lost like
so much weight to get
20,
down for that shit.
20. He literally was ready to go on stage at like 240, and he lost 15 pounds of muscle. I swear to God, it was muscle.
Yeah.
He lost like 15 pounds of muscle to get down to 225 to be able to get on the Olympia stage. And then we have like this shit happening. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is one guy got to lose 15 pounds of muscle and the other guy gets to like stand on his tippy toes or whatever the fuck he's doing? It's like, No offense to Stefan, like I'm sorry, dude. Like I'm sorry you're the one that we're picking out, but
yeah, no one should do this. No one.
Like Stefan is welcome to try and cheat the system, and I commend anyone for trying, but it's on the officials to catch it. You know.
Yeah, like
you're welcome to try, but it's for the officials to be like, no, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at this photo, like it's not very hard for, I don't know, this is Tamer, to just step back and go, hey, feet flat on the ground. You know, like I don't know. That's not a.
Does hair height also contribute? Because he looks like
I was just thinking the same thing about that.
He's grown his hair down,
or do you just like from the top of the hair?
So he grows like a big afro. He can fucking like
get a little flat top on the ground.
Yeah, like to the base of your skull, like that they can put some pressure down on it until they feel like stop. You know.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't like to cover like drama shit, but this is actually part of our sport.
Yeah.
So it's not as much drama as actually like part of like what's going on. And I just don't think, and aside from Stefan or any other classic shows, whatever, people keep saying this. Why aren't they just heighted once at the beginning of the year?
Well, what the new rule is that starting from next year, I think it's the first 3 shows you do, they take an average, and then that'll be a signed off card, and that's your height forever now.
That's good.
Yeah, but why does it even have to be like 3 shows? Why don't they just do like, okay, your first show you were 5'10", you're 5'10"?
Yeah, because there is obviously going to be some variance on how certain people height certain people. Are they pushing hard down on your head? Are they pushing just to your hair? Like, look, obviously we would hope that everyone is the exact same, but that's just not reality. Yeah. You know, guys do weigh in with maybe a 1/4 inch variance from show to show. You know, maybe one's heighting you in first thing in the morning, one's heighting you in at night. We're going to be a little shorter. You know,
do you get shorter or taller through the day?
Shorter.
You're shorter.
You get shorter as the day goes on.
Especially heavy guys, you might get an 1/8 of an inch shorter over the day. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Compression.
Sure. Compression of like bits in your spine over the day with your weight and your gravity, right? So I think doing the average of 3 is the right thing to do. It's just like, why didn't they do this fucking 5 years ago? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I feel like that's pretty blatant, but whatever.
Yeah, I would like to see it on video more than still.
Yeah, I think so.
Same.
I would like to. If someone has a video of this, please send it to us because I would like to see it.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything. If there's a video, that for sure, then we'll know if there's something under his heel or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's something on his heel.
He's still sure there's something under that heel.
Fucking someone, I can see something there.
Something under that heel.
To me, it looks like he's trying to gain some height by just kind of trying to push himself up onto the blades of his feet a little bit. You know, where it doesn't look like he's like going off on his heels. He's just like kind of rolling onto the blades of his feet to give himself like a little bit. But
are you allowed to do that?
I can't say without seeing a video.
I don't know the rules. Are you allowed to go like on the sides of your feet, or do you have to have feet flat? No,
feet flat.
Yeah, I'd like to see a video too. But
so either way, even if people are saying you don't gain an advantage from this, it's irrelevant because that is the rule. Is you do need to be flat on your foot either way. Even if somehow it was making you shorter, it's still not the rule. You know.
Aside from the controversy, Michael DeBoule looks fucking amazing.
He looked really good at the show. Yeah.
So
shredded as usual, but looks
super
like he's
full, crisp. Yeah.
Starting to really fill out his physique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like his shoulders are looking more and more round, his chest's looking thicker. Like
he's very consistent, isn't
he? Yeah.
He's got that genetic gift of like getting super fucking hard.
Yeah.
I saw a video of him the other day who had from one of his earlier shows when he used to do the other federation. Over here, there's something called PCA.
Yeah.
He used to do that. He's come such a long way.
Yeah.
Did he always get this granite hard?
No. That's he actually had the structure always, and then he started getting gnarly.
So he never
started killing it.
So he's not like genetically, like Ian's genetically gifted for being like peeled.
Whoa, come on now.
You know, wait, you know what? Can I say something? This I just want to say this. I find it funny that bodybuilders take offense.
I don't take offense
when you pinpoint their genetic gift.
I'll be the first one to say that. But it was.
I don't know why bodybuilders take offense to that, because you still have to work.
Everyone has something,
even if you have a genetic gift. Yeah,
and everyone has something.
Because we all have genetic gifts. It's just about maximizing your genetic gift.
What was yours, Fouad? What was your genetic gift? What do you think if we were to ask you that question?
I had an easy time putting on size.
Yeah,
and I had an easy time. Honestly, I don't know. I had an easy time putting on size, and I had an easy time getting shredded.
You said as soon as you cut out food, like bad food, you'd lose weight quick, nice.
Yeah. I don't know what my genetic gift was, to be honest. Maybe my chest.
it's one of those funny things because like in everything, no matter what it is, genetics play some role, whether like, you know, whether you're talking about the Usain Bolt, like whether he trained harder you or not, he's still faster than you, you know?
Well, it's
really irrelevant. Like, oh, I worked so hard, it's not my genetics. It's like, well, you still won, you know? Like it
really
still
is your genetics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Genetics take everything.
Look, I can pinpoint the three of you right now. Samson has genetic gift for putting on mass. The guy's short off season and still puts on
and structurally very nice.
No, I mean that's all. I'm saying like if we're gonna pick out a
one thing.
Yeah, like one thing. He's got an easier time putting on mass than most guys, because most guys need a longer off season to put on the same amount of muscle. James is strong as fuck. Like he's genetically gifted for just being a fucking animal strength wise. Iain is genetically gifted for being
fucking strong,
shredded. I mean, but all of you have secondary and third traits.
Yeah, it's like
genetics, right? Like
the attributes are like staggered. What's number one?
Yeah. So it's like, I think, but I find it funny that bodybuilders, when you say they're genetically gifted for something, they get like,
because bodybuilders are so like, if they feel you're even taking about like 1 ounce away of like how hardcore and how hard they work. They're like, that's why I said it, because I was saying sarcastic.
I know exactly why you said it. I know exactly why you said it, because
guys get offended about that shit. It's like it doesn't matter. Literally in everything, whether you're the best swimmer or the best fucking kayaker or the best football player, you got there. Look, there is obviously some component of work that made you get better, but you were still obviously genetically predisposed. Michael Phelps is just a better swimmer than the next guy, whether they trained the same or didn't train the same or not. You know,
well, you know,
genetics are in everything.
The one thing that is consistent in most is a discipline factor, because it takes time.
Yeah.
Regardless, it takes time. Whether you have to work harder, less hard, you still have to be committed and do what you have to do.
Well, we've talked. Sorry, go ahead, Samson.
I think one of the things is what bothers us most is like, you know, the same way bodybuilders we get up when they said, "Oh, anybody could turn around, so I could do it if I took steroids."
Oh man,
yeah. Oh no.
And then you're like, "What the fuck, dude?"
No. Take them.
They almost use it to disregard your hard work. They almost think, "Oh, that." So when I think it sort of plays on them the same way when someone says, "Oh, it's all your genetics," and you're thinking,
well, I think
it's the same sort of feeling towards it. That it's just that, takes a lot more to it than that.
But wait a minute. Only people that have never been to that level or been around these people
would ever say
actually use steroids say this shit. Because like any of us that have worked would never say something to you. It's just Samson's genetics. Yeah. Or we would never say that. Oh, James is only so strong because he uses steroids, and if I was using as much as him,
I'll be the same.
We know that is nonsense.
We know that.
People that don't know that say this kind of shit.
But there's always a secondary caveat to saying somebody has genetics, and it's like you said, you have to have the consistency and the work ethic to go with the genetics. But
genetics are only potential, you know?
No, I know, but if you took, this is why I'm saying it. If you took all of the guys in IFBB, let's take the top 10 or 15 or 20 at the Olympia, I would say that for the most part, they're all working pretty consistently as hard as each other.
In some regard, for sure. Yeah.
In some regard, right? So from there, you have to just differentiate, well, this guy's genetics are better because like Derek's got a great back, or Samson's got great structure, or Hottie gets super fucking dense, or like they have different preconceived like genetic traits.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think there's anything wrong in saying that, but it's only when you're comparing them on that plane of
that level,
hard work, and just it's not comparing them like from somebody who's never worked out, been like, well, Samson's only 3'11" because he's got great genetics. Yeah. No, I'm saying it in a sense of like when you're talking about an even plane of bodybuilders, they have different strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, something stands out about them individually, and that's usually the genetic part.
It's weird that in bodybuilding, like, and I was just saying this about other things, like, it's only in bodybuilding where people really say this nonsense, you know? Like I was saying,
only because
like Michael Phelps doesn't win the Olympics, and people are like, oh, he's just more genetically predisposed because of his torso length and his arm wingspan. Like people are like, he's just genetically better. It's like they're like, no, he's just the fucking GOAT. You know?
I don't know if that. But I don't know.
Like, well, he was just always going to be the GOAT. You know?
But I don't know if that's true, Iain. Because if you look at football players, if you look at football players and you see like a linebacker who weighs 270 pounds and runs a 4.40, they're like, that guy's got great genetics.
Yeah, but they don't really say it the same as bodybuilding. It might be like nobody tries to discount it like they do in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
If anything, they're saying it as like a compliment. Where in bodybuilding,
but that's how I'm saying it. That's how I'm saying it.
But we're all saying it that way.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah,
people we're
yeah.
talking about are not, you know?
Right, right. Like when I say Samson puts
only
on
in
muscle,
bodybuilding do people try and say that you have good genetics as like an insult. You're like, okay, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think, but
is it disregard other things, which is crazy.
Yeah, but isn't that on the bodybuilder? Because like, if I said it and somebody took offense to it, I'd be like, but I didn't mean it.
No, I'm not saying about how you
context from the person.
Yeah, I'm not saying about how you interpret it. I'm saying the intent behind how they're saying it.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. So I just said Iain was predisposed to being more shredded.
Yeah.
You know that I don't mean it in a malicious way. But somebody else might be like, hey, wait a minute, I dieted really hard.
And I don't work hard enough.
But I also know you and know your intent behind saying it.
Yeah, but
some people, like, it depends on the thing. If, like, you know, say I got peeled and I want to show him, and people are like, yeah, but he doesn't even need to try hard. He just gets peeled no matter what.
That's different.
That's a different meaning.
They're saying with a connotation of like trying to disregard, where you're saying it is just like a factual statement, which I agree with. You know,
right.
I know I have an easier time getting lean. Like, okay.
That's different. If you say he doesn't have to try hard, then
and that's what I'm saying. Only in bodybuilding do they try and discount things with using like genetics as like a negative. Where like in anything else, it's like not even really a conversation. It's so weird, you know?
I don't know, man. I think if I think of other sports, you do hear things like that guy's gifted because. Like when they talk
gifted,
about,
that's like them saying
gifted,
that's again a positive context, it seems, isn't it?
Right.
It's like Iain says, it's very rarely that like a UFC fighter you'd go, oh, he only won because of his genetics.
Yeah, Khabib's only so good. Khabib's only so good because of his genetics. It's like, what?
Well, like when you talk about when they talk about John Jones, for example, in UFC, they're like, he's got long limbs, he's he's quick. It's like it's part of his genetics.
Yeah,
but I mean, that could be in a way he might take that as, hey, I fucking work really hard too.
He would if it was delivered in
a certain
way. Yeah, I
certain context.
Yeah.
But I feel like bodybuilders. This is where I have, because I've experienced it, because I've said it to people and had them come back at me. Yeah, I feel like a lot of bodybuilders are sensitive to that word, regardless of how it's delivered. Like Cedric was very sensitive to the word genetics.
Well, that's because that's what I was saying before. A lot of bodybuilders like feel that if you're taking away anything of their work effort, they take offense, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like you could say it to a bodybuilder in a positive light and they would still take it negatively.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
But then that's normally it comes from also the more insecure types, because Cedric wasn't a huge believer in himself.
Well, I think it bothered Cedric a lot because he used to diet very hard.
Yeah.
And he still couldn't get that like ultimate peeled look.
Yeah.
So when people
CEO makes you diet hard.
So when people say like, "Oh, it's just genetic," they're kind of like, "He must not work hard. He just looks like that because it's genetic."
Yeah.
So he would get really offended by the word genetic.
Just saying, like, he doesn't even try. This is just how he looks. He's lazy. He doesn't want to diet hard.
Yeah. And then what we mean by genetic with Cedric is how blessed structurally he was.
Structurally, he is
like some of the best lines and shape ever.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how we got to that. Anyway,
we got there.
We got there. No, but we got, because I was saying Iain is lazy and he just gets shredded because he was born like that.
I just sit on the couch.
Born shredded.
I've never done cardio in my life.
Oh, we were talking about Michael DeBoule. So you're saying before.
Yeah, he wasn't peeled.
He wasn't like a naturally like I'm shredded all the time kind of guy.
So he's mastered the craft.
He's mastered it somehow.
Mastered.
Yeah. I like seeing that.
I think because his off seasons are leaner now as well. So what he's going into these off season periods, holding his weight in a good place, and then therefore when he diets, he's already in a really good start point. And that happens over time. Samson's leaner now at this weight at 311 than he would have been at 311 2 years ago.
I have a question about that though. I kind of feel the opposite of a lot of people, maybe because I'm old school or maybe because I work with Chad, or I don't know what the reason is, but I kind of feel like when you do get a little bit heavier, you have more food to strip away for your prep.
I'm going to disagree here for sure. Yeah.
You like it when somebody stays leaner the whole time.
I think once you have a lot of muscle, I think to stay a little leaner is always more advantageous. 100%. Yeah. All my best showings, I was coming from leaner off seasons. Like all my like Texas's, Tampa's, like Arnold.
Well, don't get me wrong. I don't mean like get fucking fat.
But the years where I got, even for me, like 15-16% body fat, which is little.
That's kind of big though.
For me, what?
That's kind of big. Like
I'm fat, bro.
I was still pretty lean. That's pretty lean still.
15, 16 is not lean.
It's pretty lean for like 300 pounds.
Yeah. That's still like ab showing.
There's a lot of internal fat, remember, Fouad. Like the amount, if you did a DEXA scan, the amount of visceral would be
I'm talking about a caliper test.
Yeah, it's your old school.
Yeah.
And look, I'm just guessing these numbers too. I don't have any validity.
I bet you've never been over 12 since I've known you.
Okay, sure. But the ones where I was like a little fatter in the off season, I had to push down harder for the show. Yeah. Even if it was more food to strip away, it didn't really make a difference. It always rendered a worse look for sure.
Again, no, maybe this is a genetic thing because for me,
genetics.
There's that word again.
No, I just feel like even now in my retirement, if I go like a week without like eating any junk food, it's like I can see it. Like the fat just starts to I start to lose weight.
Be 30 before you know it.
So
260.
Yeah, I'll be ready for a show in 2 weeks.
Well, that's because you're carrying a little excess body fat.
No, but I'm saying like, okay, but no, let's be serious for a minute. So I always thought like when I was getting ready for a contest, I would eat whatever the fuck I wanted like the last couple of weeks, and then I would just start cutting stuff out.
Yeah.
As soon as I start cutting stuff out, I could start seeing dramatic changes right away. Cool. So I always felt like it was better to have stuff to strip out of your diet than to already be eating chicken and rice and have nothing to take away.
Yeah, it depends, isn't it? Because if someone, let's say Samson's now can eat the same amount of food as when he was heavier previously but softer.
Yeah,
he's got more muscle. Yeah. So his calorific demands are higher already.
Yeah.
So then he still has so much food he can strip away from the diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see yourself actually in a position where in 6 weeks' time, you'll still be eating a good amount and probably not starving.
I'm still not starving.
But wait a minute, we're talking about two different things. So you're talking about stripping calories. I'm talking about stripping types of food. So,
I never eat that kind of food, period. Anyway.
No. Well, but I know Samson does.
Yeah.
Yes,
once a week.
Pizza.
Yeah. I'm not saying every day, but I'm saying
Fuad's talking every day, Samson.
No, I'm not talking every day. When I was bodybuilding, it was not every day. It was
Fuad's talking. I thought you was the 5 meals a day. I thought Fouad was 5 meals and 6 meals always off.
Twice. Sometimes. I got to phases like that.
There we go. But it's coming out now.
That definitely happened.
There was periods of time where my appetite was fucked. And I would eat my 5 meals, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have whatever the fuck I want for 6 because I need to get it. I need to get a 6th in, so it's gonna be 5 guys. There's gonna be something because I got to get the calories in, which is probably not the right way to do it. But look, I'm not arguing whether my way is right or wrong. I'm sure staying leaner is probably the better option. I just remember talking to certain coaches, especially like I think Chad thinks this way. I'm not sure if he still does, but I remember them saying things like, if you have stuff like Chad, for example, for breakfast, you would have hash browns in my breakfast, right? Or you would put certain things in your off-season diet that's really calorie dense.
But the thing is, then all you're doing is stripping away is excess that wasn't necessarily, needed to be there in the beginning anyways. It's like if you're just getting a little excess body fat and a little excess water because of these extra foods, and now you remove them, you're just getting back down to where you would have been without them anyways. You're just taking off an extra that you didn't need in the beginning to begin with.
So Iain, you're of the mindset that let's say your caloric needs for the day are 5,000 calories a day. You're of the mindset that if you're eating 6,000 calories a day of chicken and rice, just for example, I know it's not just going to be chicken and rice, but let's say 6,000 calories of clean food a day, you're still just going to strip calories away when you start dieting. Doesn't matter if it's like a different food.
Yeah, too much food is too much food regardless.
Whereas
I do agree to some sentiment, like in my off season, say like where for breakfast, instead of having like oats or cream of rice, I might have granola.
Right.
Or I might have, certain things that like are certain types of food that would be one of the first things I would eliminate. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Changes, but it would also be not just in the context of changing the foods. It would be that changing the foods was also reducing calories. Because once it comes from a granola with 50 grams of per cup versus something 100, well, I'm reducing calories,
Okay, we're in 100% agreement then. We're saying the same thing because that's all I'm talking about is like some of those more calorie dense foods. Like you said, you would strip out their granola, you put in some cream of rice.
Yeah.
Now your caloric expenditure has gone down regardless of the change of food.
Yes.
But do you also think that your body processes different foods differently?
Yeah.
So like basically what I'm saying.
I also think that just dietary variance is good. And honestly, if there's one there's one thing I can look back at my career with that I wish I had done differently. And now that I'm on the other side, I actually realize this even more so. Is my dietary variance was way too limited. Like I ate way too clean all the time. And even in the off season, I didn't eat off my diet enough.
Right.
In the later years, if I was doing refeeds of food, it would be the same food in surplus versus earlier in my career, I'd like when I was with Dennis or with Matt some years, I'd like have cheat meals.
Yep.
You know, I think my body had a better response time for things when I was having a little more dietary variance than just the same foods all the time in different variations. You know?
I think that's kind of what I'm saying is like that. I think that's beneficial.
Yeah, no, I think dietary variance is very important. For
where are we all with this? I think cheat meals work way better than refeeds.
I only agree with you now on the outside. When I was competing, I didn't, but now that I'm on the other side, I 100% agree with you.
I feel like refeeds just don't touch the side if you're someone who's in a metabolic position where you're processing fast.
Listen, I remember the specific thing. Me and Chris Cito, when we were working together, he was like, "Okay, we're going to refeed whatever." He'd give me like a ton of chips. Give me a ton of It was a refeed, clean refeed.
Oh,
give me a ton of
just have more calories.
Give me a ton of calories. I wake up the next day, I'd work out. He'd be like, "How was your workout?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty good,
average."
Then the following week, we're like, "Okay, let's do something." So I have like a couple burgers from Five Guys and some fucking
completely different the next day.
The next day, I look better. I look fuller. My workout is fucking insane. Something about the sodium and the fucking grease and like it makes a difference.
I noticed in my later years, my feeling from baseline, like up or down, was very small.
Yeah.
Like, I was like dying. Like I never, if I would eat up more, I would feel a little different. If I would reduce, I'd feel very little different versus when I was younger. And it's like, I might push the diet a little harder, but I'd refeed bigger with heavier food.
Right.
Like there would be a bigger, like my pumps would be better. My performance would jump up a lot more. There would be a lot more swing in like what I would notice, you know?
Yeah. So also it helps you over the days following, doesn't it? You feel very good about training.
Well, actually, you know, it's funny, James, is interestingly enough, the one thing I do agree with Iain about, when I would, even though I'm definitely a proponent of cheat meals, when I would do refeeds, I had less cravings after.
Yeah, because you don't spike that,
because you don't get that
hormones.
Because when you go off and you have like Five Guys and
a taste that makes it worse.
Well, because you're literally like physiologically now signaling to your brain, you're like, I need more sugar the next day.
Yeah.
So I would usually wake up from those cheat meals going, fuck, I need some food.
Yeah.
And that day after the cheat meal would always be the hardest day of that week.
But like, that's what happens after a show.
Yeah.
That I normally do shows 2 weeks apart minimum because the first week I'm fucking stuffing my face.
Just eating.
Because I'll eat after the show and then I'm like, it has to carry on.
I remember when I was doing like more cheat meal stuff, I would have some days where you'd eat like a crazy meal the night before and you go in the gym, you couldn't even believe what you looked like. You know? I've done high days of clean food where it was like 2,000 grams of carbs, and it didn't do even close the same as eating 500 grams of carbs of shitty food.
Right.
Like I go in the gym the next day, I might look a little better, maybe I'd be a little stronger, very minimal difference. I'd go out, I'd eat like 6 fucking double cheese burgers from McDonald's, get some Dairy Queen, you know. The next day, the next day, I do 1 set of chest. I felt like I was going to explode, you know.
Dude, Five Guys, a pizza, and a shake or ice cream.
Good.
Shit.
Way better than anything else.
Going back to the point about the diet, just for a quick second. So we're talking about, like, take the granola example again.
Yeah.
Let's say you're eating 500 calories of granola. I guess what my point was is I'd rather have 500. I'd rather have the cream of rice instead of just lowering the granola. Does that make sense?
And keep the calories the same, or is there a reduction in calories here? Sorry, I need you.
No, you're still going to reduce calories regardless, because if you eat the cream of rice, there's going to be less sugar. It's going to be less calories. So let's say you're taking in 300 calories of cream of rice.
Hey, give me a number in terms of like a weight of each. Like, give me a volume so I can understand what you're saying here.
Okay, just take calories, for example. You have 500 calories of granola is what you're eating in the off season.
Sure.
In your breakfast.
Okay.
You switch to your diet. So now you're eating 300 calories of cream of rice. So there's already a calorie reduction. So you're probably going to, you've already cut some calories out. What I'm saying is, I think the change to that food is better than doing 300 calories of granola.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I can agree to an extent there. I mean, obviously I do think removing some certain types of things with like sugars and this like that, I think can have a positive impact on your look, especially like once you reduce things like that for inflammation and water and stuff like that, I think is going to have a positive impact. So I think certain foods like that, like if you're eating, like he said, like the hash browns with like maybe some excess fats that were causing some, some trans fats that were giving you inflammation, or sugars or things like that. I think there's positive benefit from that. That is not just calorically tangible, you know? So yeah, no, I agree with you.
But for people listening also, I just want to clarify, this is like talking about being show ready.
Yes.
I'm not talking about being like just losing some fat. Like you can
And also, you need a good amount of muscle to warrant this kind of shit.
Yeah. So we have to. I'm sure we have to clarify that, because there's a lot of people that do, like, if it fits your macros, that probably lose fat and look good.
And just pick the food you like and reduce it by whatever percent you need.
Yeah.
Don't switch food sources just because, in that sense. If you're trying to get down where obviously you're penny pinching calories at the very end of the whole process, then yes. But if you're just trying to lose 10 pounds of body fat, then no, just reduce whatever food you enjoy the most by a percentage,
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to obviously maximize food volume, where in that case, yes, switching from a granola to an oatmeal, you could eat more volume of oatmeal to render the same amount of calories.
Yeah. We'll have potato instead of rice.
Food volume for satiate or satiety. What's the word? How do you say it?
Satiety. Yeah. I used to do that all the time, is because John would give me an option between cream of rice and oatmeal.
You would eat oatmeal.
I'd go fucking oatmeal all day long.
There's
more fiber. It would be more voluminous. You'd be like fuller for longer.
But then in the off season, you're switching that cream of rice every time.
Also, cream of rice, when you're getting ready for a show, you get a little bit of an insulin response where you get dips, because it just doesn't have that. It doesn't digest in that same steady.
No. It's a very fast digesting food.
I don't know if this was just in my head, but I did cream of brown rice, and it felt better.
You could digest that well. I found that didn't. Yeah. Oh no, sorry.
I've never tried that.
I'm thinking of cream of wheat.
No, cream of wheat. I couldn't.
I could digest that to save my life.
James, cream of white rice.
Yeah.
Dude, my insulin goes like this.
I have hypos after when I'm close to a show. I have hypos.
Dude, almost every time I would, unless I put peanut butter in it or something.
Yeah.
I would go fucking hypo after, like, without fail.
You get the same thing with just rice, or is it just cream of rice?
No, funnily enough, I think because cream of rice is so broken down already,
like pre-digested.
Yeah.
It's funny, Samson. I used to get it from cream of rice, white rice, and white rice pasta.
Oh yeah.
So
it's probably broken down more in that as well. It's an ingredient.
So if I'm eating rice pasta, I only eat brown rice pasta, and I only eat if I'm trying to make, like, if I'm not going to put peanut butter or anything in it, I do brown rice, cream rice.
I'll tell you what used to do that to me as a post-workout shake back in the day. CMP, Dorian's old brand, Pro Recover, because it used to just be, I believe it was just dextrose and like a whey.
Yeah.
Dude, like you have that. If you didn't eat within, I don't know, an hour, you're just going crazy. Yeah, it was
for
bad.
You, just having a little more fiber, like coinciding with it. Just
yeah.
Maybe a piece of fruit, like an apple or something. Just
let's do some questions before we go.
You want to? We could look at some of the guys. NPC Nationals was yesterday.
What was actually?
Yeah, you know what? I called it. Paul said to me who's going to win. I said Justin Wyatt's going to get his pro card.
Yeah,
and he didn't win the overall though.
Who won the overall?
The light heavyweight.
We see the light heavyweight.
Oh, he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I thought Justin was better, but I mean they were both very good.
Let's see.
I wouldn't mind seeing, because I don't think I saw the light heavy.
Yeah.
Who would have it? Buys and tries or bodybuilding?
NBC News Online.
1 second.
I noticed that our boy as well.
Top
shoulders.
Top right is the guy who won the overall.
This is Justin Wyatt. This is a light heavyweight.
So the heavyweight is in the middle. Yeah.
We'll stay on this for a second. Sorry.
Trevor Birch right here.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy.
1
second. Let's go to his page real quick. So he won the overall.
Do we think was it a call? What did you think, Ian?
Is it what? Sorry.
You felt that it was not probably the best call?
No, I don't think it was a bad call. I mean, he looked great for sure on stage. He had some really good parts. He was very balanced overall. I mean, obviously he needs a little more quads, but like from the back, he was good. He's got a dense back. He was in good shape. It wasn't a bad call by any means. I just like a little more freakiness and density in Justin's physique.
I agree.
I had Justin Wyatt winning.
Yeah,
personally, I thought
he's a bit of a unit, isn't he? Does Cooper help him?
Go to this. Go.
I'm not sure.
I think he helps him with his training.
Is it his waist?
Shape thing.
His waist looks a little thicker. Is that what held him back?
Go close this video. There's a better one. Go right below it.
Here.
No. Sorry.
Where?
Just to the left there. Yeah, you can see these shots.
Conditioning is fucking wild.
Yeah, like he's just.
Look at the lats.
Yeah, his stomach.
Yeah, I think, and obviously how they're going with midsections. He's got a little more thickness on those obliques. You can see those obliques are a little more dense.
Yeah, it's not a distended stomach. It's just a little bit wider in the obliques.
It's just wider through the obliques. The actual midsection is not bad at all.
Let's see. What's this? Oh, these are just photos. Sorry. Let's see if is there a close-up video anywhere, or is this far away one? I'm not sure. I know this is Jordan. I'm not sure who these guys are.
Yeah, this is the supers class.
Yeah, they're all pretty good. I mean, they're all shredded.
Apparently, it was a very good show.
Yeah, a lot of people said that. There was this other show in Austria as well, wasn't there? Where
yeah,
our boy didn't win his pro card actually.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Shoulders.
Guy with the crazy shoulders.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, he lost the overall.
wow.
That one I definitely don't agree with.
Wow.
I didn't have that guy winning the overall at all, but maybe I didn't see enough of it. But
this is
Austria pro qualifier.
James White Knight.
It's my White Knight. It's the White Knight.
This guy's sick though. I love this guy's physique.
So is there pictures from that show or no?
I only saw him on like another page. I didn't see him on this one.
Okay. Yeah,
I think he won his class and then didn't win the overall.
But he didn't win.
AJ, you might have it. Yeah, AJ.
1 second. I just want to see if there's something here. NPC News Online has all the photos from the show, but there's no videos.
Nationals.
Yeah, there's no videos.
Did you see this 19-year-old kid that won the classic?
Oh, he's good.
Anton? Yeah.
He's 19.
I know.
Yeah,
I've been following him for a little while now.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, this is him. I thought about signing him, but fucking Seth beat me to it, that motherfucker.
I was going to say that. I was going to say, did you think about that?
I did. Yeah, look at this kid. He's 19 fucking years old.
Yeah, that's outrageous at 19.
Dude.
He was with a gorilla mine. I was like, I got to sign this fucking kid. And then Seth beat me to it, that motherfucker.
Seth, you bastard.
Look at this physique, though.
It's really nice.
Wild.
Crazy at 19, yeah.
Like he's got everything. He's literally not missing. He's not missing anything. Look at his back.
That shot there, with the.
Look at this. Mate. Look at this shit.
I like the shot with his
such a maturity to that physique for that age, you know?
Yeah.
This kid's gonna be good, man. I'm telling you. He's gonna be like, this is wild at 19 years old.
I remember like Flex Lewis at that age, and this guy's got arguably more proportion because Flex was quite bottom heavy at that age. This dude's kind of balanced all over.
I don't think
this is like Sebum good at this age, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody this good at this age except for like Lee Priest.
Oh, Lee was just something else.
I mean, Lee was like this at
Chris at 19 was pretty outrageous too, but this is still pretty crazy, man.
Was Chris this good at 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Maybe not from the back, but he was probably better from the front. But
yeah. It's fucking good for him though, man. It's
still crazy.
Wild. Won the nationals fucking at 19 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Especially, and that's an open class. That's
look
not even
like look at them, the fucking maturity.
I know the quads. Look at the quads on him. I know, calves, everything. You know,
good for him. Well
done.
Oh
well, bloody done.
What's the Swedish show you're talking about? Is it Swedish?
It's Austria.
Where would I find that?
On AJ. Go to AJ's Instagram.
AJ is the man.
He reports all the Scandinavian, European.
Let's see.
Goods.
AJ has this. This is the classic show. Who is this guy? This guy just took second at that classic show.
Craig, he's British. He's very good.
Craig Morton.
Really good. If he wanted to be like an open bodybuilder, I'd be really interested in how long it would take him because I feel like he's got good genetics.
He looks like a model. He should be modeling clothing or something. Maybe I need to sign him for photo shoots.
Hey,
good looking cat.
He is.
He is.
Where is the thing you're talking about, Ian?
Go to his stories.
Michael Daboul.
Just won it again. It's my sixth show.
It must be all gone by now. Keep going.
Yeah, maybe this was after. And
yeah, see, that's the guy who won the overall. He looks pretty good in that shot there.
Yeah.
Like those are good shots.
That looks a good shot.
Yeah.
I just feel like his upper body is a little bit more than his legs.
Yeah. It's because he's got kind of a wide upper rib cage.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like it takes away from his legs width a bit.
Yeah.
Like where you can see just look at the width of his rib cage comparatively, you know?
I know. Yeah.
Much narrower.
This reminds me of Joe Seaman.
Yeah. I hear that. Yeah, maybe it's past. Anyway, he lost the overall, which was kind of, like Ian said, hard to kind of predict.
Yeah.
Who did he lose to? You know,
he lost to a light heavy, I think.
Light heavy.
So another light heavy.
Yeah,
he was the light heavy was a really good bodybuilder, but I wouldn't say he had enough muscle.
Yeah,
for me personally, but
James,
overall wins for me are the guy's got to have a lot of muscle for me to win overall.
Yeah.
James, there's a lot of people that took exception to you saying that English food was the best food in our last podcast.
Exception. Does that mean they're on my side or against me?
They're not on your side. There's a ton of people in the comments section that said you and Ben are crazy and English food sucks.
Listen, I'm willing to get in a boxing ring with any one of them.
Samson, are you in the same boat as James here, or are you more self-aware?
Wait, he's got like
if you say okay, let's clear this one. Right, pastry maybe,
cottage
food,
pie.
English pastry, yeah. They've got to be up there.
Okay.
Food, however, I don't know. There's other places.
Wait.
You know how
I live here. I travel around. I live here.
You know how I know it's shit. Most Brits cheat meal is like Indian food.
Yeah.
No, but it's British Indian food. Remember, it's tailored to our taste buds.
Yeah, but it's still Indian.
Indian food is different than Indian.
No, I know that, but it's not British food, is what I'm saying.
But it's kind of cheating because Samson's got an option here because he has Nigerian genetics and descendants. He could be like, you know what, Nigerian food.
But then I've had the roast dinner. I had the freaking, all the.
Okay, let me ask you this. What is the top 3 best British dishes? Like if you had to like really like wow somebody, you'd be like, you got to have this dish.
Bangers and mash.
Isn't that just sausage and mashed potatoes?
Yeah, but it's because we have Cumberland sausages, which are the finest. You get like apple and pear pork sausages. Come on.
That doesn't sound like an impressive I wouldn't be like
it doesn't have to have all the glam.
You should have said shepherd's pie. Then I would have been with
you.
You could have.
That's good as well.
You're not selling shepherd's pie.
Wait. You're proving my point. You're saying there's more on the list.
I'll give you shepherd's pie. That's a pretty good fucking meal. That's
great, mate.
That's a bodybuilding staple. That's like
fish and chips.
A good fish and chips, a real good fish and chips is pretty unbeatable.
Okay, but if you take like Arabic food, like I don't know, man, a kebab and fucking rice with like
dude, kebab's what you have after you've had a few drinks.
Barbecue.
That's all that is. That's late night food.
No, man, that late night food is the sausages. That's what we have here.
See, it's the opposite.
Sausages.
In North America, when you get drunk and you get fucking hammered at a bar, and you walk out on the street, there's a sausage cart there.
Yeah,
sausage.
There is a sausage cart there. I bet there is.
With sausage at night is something else, man.
All right. But same thing. If you went to Italy, and you're like, give me your best, it would be like a lasagna or like a fucking eggplant parmesan or something delicious. Not sausage and potatoes.
Mate, it's how it's done. Unless you're over here and you actually.
I'm gonna come there.
We need like a grandma, like someone's grandma to cook you a proper
do
dish.
it like proper English.
Listen, HOSSTILE is coming to the Arnold UK. So
then
I'm gonna stay for
some food.
I'm gonna stay for a couple days after, and you're gonna take me for
that night and the night after. I'll smash down the grab.
Okay,
I'm coming.
Okay, are you coming?
I'll come.
Are you gonna?
We need you in the UK. Everyone wants to see you.
We'll make a portion of the HOSSTILE booth.
I'll make a point to even fly there using my British passport.
Yes, I have a British passport.
It's both.
Do you really?
I do.
Dual citizenship.
I showed it on the podcast, didn't I?
I don't
James, or was that on Instagram? I can't remember.
We've done 3,000 podcasts. You think I remember every fucking thing you've done on a podcast? I do remember you. I do remember you cutting your nails on the podcast. That's the one I remember.
Yeah. No, it's because my mom was born in the UK and lived there till she was old enough. So if I got the passport before a certain age, you're entitled to it like as a first generation.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Arnold UK, you're coming. Ben's going to be there, obviously, with us.
Obviously, me and Samson.
You and Samson are already there. Yeah, we're gonna. Let's stay for a fucking few days after and make some good content.
Well, you got a gym you can come to. It's only about my gym's about, I think it's like 45 minutes, hour away from Birmingham.
Nice.
Are you guys gonna get drunk the day after the Arnold?
Well, you know what happened last time we were together. I was fucking rough that next morning.
James, your drunk is so subdued though. Like you need to drink more next time.
Oh, dude, I was rough the next day.
James James
Eat, drink, and go to sleep.
With me and Fouad, we'll get him.
Yeah. We'll get him.
All right.
Me and Fouad get up to some shit. So
my liver's going to be battered from all the halotestin, and then I'm going to smash a load of vodka down it.
Sodium and fucking alcohol. Yeah.
But you know what? If that's my last night, it would be worth it.
Right.
You know?
That's how I think of it.
Go out with a bang, eh?
Okay. Let's see. When is James going to do the 170 chicken McNuggets?
I will. I know. I've just been fucking around.
People have been on you about that.
I know. And me, it's you as well, though. People have been asking me.
About me?
Yeah, because we've got to do it together.
James said he could eat 170 chicken McNuggets in one sitting.
One sitting? No way. No chance.
Dude, I reckon with a 16-hour fast. And
no, it'd be worse if you did that.
Nah, that's not too long.
No matter the fast, you hit like a point and it just is like, nope, you know?
You know what? You know what the professional
I think you could eat 70.
That feels a bit late.
Not 170.
I'm gonna give him at least 100. I think
I think 100, man. If I got sauce, if I got some good sauce, rotation.
Yeah, you gotta have sauce. Yeah.
We need rotation though.
That's a lot. A lot of chicken, man.
Okay. No, James, I've watched shows about other professional eaters.
I keep watching the beard guy.
They eat grapes.
Yeah, you said this.
Yeah, I heard about that before. You said about that before grapes.
Yeah, because it expands their stomach. But then they shit it all out. So then their stomach is stretched the next day.
I wonder why it does that.
That's just.
Have you ever eaten like a ton of grapes?
Yeah, I like grapes a lot.
You know what happens? Like you've gone to the bathroom after. It's like horrible.
Look, I didn't notice, but maybe I did. So yeah, that's probably why. I shit a lot anyway. So that's probably what it was.
I didn't notice, but maybe it was bad.
Because it normally is when I eat a lot of anything. If I eat a lot, then something's happening. Something's going down.
Okay. All right, let's do this. This guy says, can you rate my physique? I'm 26 years old, only 2 years into bodybuilding. I competed in classic physique and a middleweight bodybuilding. I'm currently weighing 190 pounds.
All right, enough fucking context. Show us the pictures. Let's go.
Slam his body up.
I don't need to know to rate your physique. You know?
It's not a roast your physique, Ian. It's a rate your physique. This is
client spotlight. This is client spotlight.
Oh, this is client spotlight. Sorry. Okay. This is the guy. Oh, he's a lot better than the first guy I showed.
You're a lot better than your client.
Hope so.
That's pretty good physique.
Good. That's good.
Quads look pretty balanced.
Good muscle bellies.
Chest could use a little bit more thickness.
We got any more shots here?
I'm gonna find him.
I wonder what nationality he is. Romeo.
It's Latino for sure.
Some good genes. There's that genetics again.
Oh, there we go. Side right.
That's
he ain't being a pussy. He's getting under some good squats.
Nice arms, nice delts.
I think he needs a little bit thicker chest to match his arms and delts.
Yeah, a little more chest. And the quads, the size was good, but they were definitely lacking some detail. But I think this is a peak issue more. Like his peak didn't look very great in the show here.
Oh, he's wearing some raw. He's supporting you, Ian.
There you go. Oh, there's a video. His whole posing routine's there below.
One sec.
It's obviously young as well.
Yeah, legs are good.
Yeah, the legs look better there. The detail looks better in those.
He's got good lines.
Yeah. We haven't seen anything from the back, though. That's always a sign that the back is shit.
They don't want to show the back. Give us a back shot, lad.
Let's see here. Lats are good from the front.
Good lats, though.
Yeah. I'm seeing chest and back thickness being the main issue.
Hamstrings back, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just chest and back. Hamstrings actually don't look too bad to me. It's just chest and back look kind of flat.
Yeah, chest is definitely the weakest point.
Yeah. I don't see any real back shots. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll give him
a really good solid starting point.
Improve the chest, improve the back, a little more on the hams and adductors.
I'll give him a 7 out of 10. 7.
Just get a little drier for the next show. We're doing on the amateur scale here, obviously.
Yeah, 7.2. I'll give him.
I'll give him a 6.6.
I love the precision. I'm not going to give him a number. I'm just going to say he's decent if he keeps going.
Yeah,
he'll be very, very good.
I love Ian. He's just fucking ruthless.
Okay.
Wait, let's take a look at the lift. There's 3 plates. Let's take a look.
Come on, sir.
Oh, that's not bad.
Touch your chest, bro.
No, that's not bad. He's got 90 degrees.
That's pretty decent.
That's not bad. That's 3 plates.
I don't think I can even do that right now.
I definitely couldn't.
Oh, man, I'll be like,
Yeah, that's good.
Good,
That's really good.
What else we got here? Let's see the dumbbell press. The incline's too high here. That's part of the problem.
So what are they? 130s are like
130s.
What's that? 60 kilo?
That's a little tougher. Still got 90-degree bend, but I'd go a little deeper.
This guy also needs to get his fucking hand.
Okay, so let's just actually try and help. So 2 things. 1, you need to slide your ass up so you're actually on the incline properly. 2, I think the incline should be down 1 because you already have big enough shoulders.
Yeah, I agree.
And 3, you might need to go a little deeper with the dumbbells. I don't know if you guys all agree with all those points.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I think for sure he needs to lighten his loads a little bit on this.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit better range of motion, a little bit better like feeling in those. You know, that 130s was definitely a little heavy. I'd stick to like the 100s, 110s, make those like perfect before you work up to those 130s.
If we can just actually point that out real quick. John used to be a big proponent of this. He never liked a deep incline.
Yeah.
He always said, like, if you're going to do an incline press, it should be a shallow incline press.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Because a lot of guys think like, oh, I got to hit my upper chest. So they put the incline.
No, you just hit more shoulders and less chest.
Yeah.
Right.
The only time I disagree is if someone's training setup is like someone like a Jordan Peters where they do this like push and they're like, you know,
and they're trying to hit the shoulder.
It's blasting everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get as much out of my shoulder, chest, tricep.
I've done that.
When I used to do a push day, I would do like I'd literally get and I would just go like here, and I would do 2 sets at each one, just like tick, 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 tick. You know?
I've never done like push pull legs, but I used to do chest and shoulders together.
So yeah, you're hybridizing the two.
I would at the end of my chest day, I would do a higher incline to lead into shoulder.
So I suppose what we're saying, we feel it's a bit of a mistake to consider a high incline a chest movement.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think so. That's accurate. What about shoulder press? Could be a little deeper. All right. 6 points.
He's on his way. He's well on his way.
James, did you give him a rating?
No, because I just said I think he's good, and I think if he keeps going, it'd be really good.
Are you scared?
I didn't do numbers, man. I don't know where to go with the number. You two are so precise.
I know you guys are precise with that. I'm just like, look, you're in a good place. You're a good place to be.
Yeah, we're the gentlemen.
Give a number is like.
What's one big lift in your bodybuilding career you're most proud of? I bench 500 for 2 reps. That's it.
Really proud of any.
I'm not really that strong.
For 10 reps then.
Fuck you, Ian. That's genetics. You guys are genetically stronger.
I'm just genetically stronger than you. Deal with it.
Yeah. You don't work harder. You're just genetically stronger.
Yeah,
that's it.
I was always better.
Yeah. James, 8-plate squat. Is that what it?
No, I don't know. We were
James, you'd like to know, me and Ian awarded you title of the strongest bodybuilder ever on the last podcast.
I know, and then every time I'm always like, I don't believe that. But anyway, I do accept it. I'll take it because I need to win something.
I do accept it.
I do accept it. I think when I used to be able to row, I used to row 5 plates pretty nicely.
Oh, that's big.
And I mean, like, good form. Didn't capture many videos of it because I was really into my training, but there's a lot of times where I was
if there's no video, it didn't happen.
There's a few videos, but it's not as often as I've squatted and stuff like that.
I think 4-plate rows was the most I ever did, and I'm not going to say it was great form. It was like mediocre.
Yeah. I've done 5 plates before, but it's 5 plates.
Yeah.
5-plate rows is fucking stupid, man.
It's fucking crazy.
That was like when I was training with Patrick.
Yeah,
I got pretty strong around that time.
Patrick's program is really geared.
It makes you strong because he makes you work really hard.
Yeah. Well, I think just the setup of it.
Yeah.
Like doing a lot of like rest pauses and like
dude, it was brutal. Like you get to the end of your back day and you're doing deadlifts at the end.
Yeah.
Like I was at a point where I was putting 320 at the end of a workout for 8.
Holy fuck.
Like I couldn't even do that at the beginning of a workout now. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Like it's
no, I think back to some of the lifts I was doing. Like even then, like one I was actually probably say the one I was the most proud of. One year I shoulder pressed 4 plates for like 13.
That's good.
Free weight?
No, this was on a Smith, but a Smith where the bar had weight to it.
Yes, it's not counterweight.
Well, I think I did 3 1/4 was the most I ever did Smith, and that's with a counterbalance.
Yeah, I've done 5 on the shoulder press for like 7, 8.
Fuck, dude, that's nuts.
I think Levrone used to do 4 behind the neck.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Roman used to do 4.
No, Levrone.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's fucking wild.
And I mean, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, you guys notice, though, like whenever you're doing, like, let's say you do barbell rows every week, right? You guys notice, too, like this, obviously, like once you take a couple weeks off, you notice a difference right away.
Yeah.
Like you have to, like if I'm squatting every week, and this isn't big numbers for you guys, but like I get to 5 plates comfortably.
Yeah.
If I take a few weeks off of squats, when I come back, 5 plates is a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like your strength kind of, it's not like your strength disappears, but like maybe just your acclimation to the movement.
Yeah.
I think when you lose the movement pattern and the mechanics feel like from doing it consistently, a movement like that is so like contingent on being like in a good, strong movement pattern for yourself, you know? And I think especially like for deadlifts or squats, you know, deadlifts, I find even more so than anything. Like if you get your deadlift, like the bar, like an inch too far away from yourself,
it takes away 30, 40 kilo.
Yeah, it'll be like you're deadlifting like 8 plates for 5 one week, and then the bar will be like a little too far one week, and you can barely lift it off the floor for a single. You're like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
The one I find the most difficult when I have time off is a barbell row for sure.
Barbell row, Just at record, like the stabilization through your core can be hard. Yeah.
For me, it's any of the big compound movements. Anytime I'm away from them, except for chests. Chest stuff never really like went away from me. It was pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Okay. What is James' favorite piece at his new gym?
Ooh, probably my hammer strength, my original flat hammer press. Is
that the laying down one?
No, it's the flat upright, the generation 1 that just comes in a little bit. It doesn't go too inclined. Fucking love that piece.
Yeah, we had that at my gym when I came up.
Yeah, you should have taken it off him.
That's not my favorite. I actually like the incline better.
See, I don't.
No?
Man. I don't really like the hammer strength incline.
I always felt like coming back with the flat bench or the flat hammer strength, when I came back, I always felt like it rotated my shoulders down.
It does go deep. It has a lot of.
Yeah.
You have to be mindful of that. It's heavy, though, isn't it? It's a heavy one.
Yeah. That's probably why, too. I was like, I can only put 2 plates on this thing. Fuck it. I don't want to do it.
Fuck this one. Yeah, no, I got one. I'm getting it sprayed this week, and I've got to do some upholstery on it. But I managed to get one because I used it. I liked it because I used it at Metroflex in Plano when I was over. Yeah. Ron has it, and I loved it. And I know that Dorian had one, Yates, and Amph Bell's, not Amph, Ultraflex is another gym over here, really popular gym. They actually have all the Temple Gym equipment in one of their gyms, and it's Temple Gym Corner.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, so they still have the original. It's all the original blue, the same color that it was when Dorian was using it, and they have the flat one. It's so good.
Sweet.
Yeah. Really
how many people can someone sleep with before you secretly judge them for their number? Samson, you go. Samson,
this is a
first.
I
want Samson to go.
Woman
first.
and man are 2 different numbers.
Woman and man are 2 different.
Say, is it a woman or a man? Because it matters.
It's a woman, and we're talking about us.
For a woman, I judge after like 5.
We're not talking.
No,
like, motherfucker.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Samson.
Well, for a woman,
what's your number?
He's gonna be harsh like me.
What
man,
number?
That's a bit hard, man.
He doesn't want to say.
What? Lifetime or just in a period?
Let's say you met a girl. Let's say you met a girl right now, and she was 30 years old.
Yeah.
What was the number where you'd be like, oh, that's kind of high?
Dude, she's done over 25. I'm like, dude.
25?
Yeah, that's quite a lot. Dude.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I was hoping. But then you talk about
we lay ages, man.
I don't care how old you are. 25 is a lot.
Yeah, but look, that one is like, even that's just putting a spin on it. You talk about, because it's got to be roughly the same for a dude, right?
No,
I don't know. No, I feel like a woman. There was something I was listening. Yeah, I was listening to something the other day.
Double standards are true.
Different with double standards. Sorry, it doesn't count.
Of course, it is.
There was something the other day that I listened to, and it was saying how it was actually a woman saying it, how a woman finds it much easier to attract a mate than a male finds it to attract thingy. Oh, yeah. So I think the context was that their number should be less if they have self-respect.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go there with that, but that's kind of what she was saying. Okay, she was obviously a woman that was like, women shouldn't give it out so easy just because it is easy.
One sec. There's actually a stat about this. Women who sleep around more divorce rate. So apparently, I'm going to check if I can find it. But the stat I heard was if a woman slept with more than 5 dudes, the chance of her divorce goes up like 20%.
I said 5. I said
21%. It goes up.
Yeah. It's like so it is very different, like physiological, like just in data. It's not just like we think it's a double standard. There's actually, because the guy's divorce rate doesn't go down based on the amount of girls he slept with. So it's different. This is what came up. The highest divorce rates shown in figure 133% belong to women who had 10 or more premarital sex partners. So this is in the 2000s. Here, this is the highest.
This is the part of the show where we
10,
pretend to be smart.
No, this is 10 plus partners is at over 30% divorce rate.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Almost 35.
Huh?
Almost 35,
yeah. This is the result most readers of this brief probably expected. A lot of partners means a lot of baggage, which makes stable marriage less tenable. Let's see what this is for men. Multiple sex partners prior to the marriage reduced marital quality for women, but not men. Along similar lines, sociologist Jay Teachman showed that premarital sex between future spouses didn't make divorce more likely, but sex with other people did. So this is what men and women, this is the rate. It's not that much lower, but it is lower. This is only 1980s. Anyway, so there we go, Samson. The double standard's real. It's not...
I know that is double standards. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm saying like it depends. Like if you're gonna say, okay, like guys will always go between 20 and 25 and all the thing like that, then try to not be biased and say, yeah, women, what would they be?
I think if a woman found a guy she liked, like he looked the way she wanted him to look, he made the money she wanted to make, I don't think she'd give a fuck if he slept with 20 chicks.
Oh no. I don't even think any of that even matters. If you know she doesn't like everything about him, she's still looking
but I think the reverse is different though. I think if a guy found a girl.
100%.
Yeah, the reverse is definitely different.
I don't actually really care how much. I don't really care, but
you rather just not know.
I want.
Who wants to know?
I want.
You want to know? No way.
I don't really care. I used to.
I want to know everything. I want to know everything. Tell me.
I used to want to know everything, but with Yannick, I never asked any of that. I wasn't too keen.
Yeah, I'd rather not know.
I like knowing everything.
Okay, tell me what in what reality does the answer actually feel good to you?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't feel bad.
What number would she say that you'd be like, okay, I can do with that?
If a girl told me under 10, like yeah, whatever, that's fine. I think I think single digits is appropriate.
So if a woman
for my standards,
So hypothetically, if you wasn't with a woman but you met one, let's say you weren't in a relationship, you met someone you really liked and they told you 24, what are you gonna say?
Well,
fuck this, I'm out.
No,
this is bullshit.
Not necessarily.
But would you have sex with her and then be like, you know what, you've had 24 cocks up you? Jesus. Would that be at the forefront of your mind every time?
Does it feel like a gaping hole, or is it like still pretty?
It shouldn't do because it should be able to return to its.
Is it still neat and tidy?
Well,
it's tidy.
Yeah,
it's tidy. She does a pelvic floor.
It doesn't really make sense, but yeah.
Okay, I'll be honest. If I like her personality, and if, like, let's say she went through like a period in college where she was like, yeah, I fucked a bunch of dudes, but most of my life I've had long relationships. If I really liked her, I'd probably deal with it. Yeah, it's not my preference, but I'd probably deal with it.
If you look like Halle Berry, you know.
No, it wouldn't even be looks. It wouldn't be looks. That part.
You said right. She had a point in college. What about she's been trained in college?
What do you mean?
She's trained in college.
She's been trained.
She's like
telling you about it. Yeah, you know, there was this time in college,
She's like, look, 23 of them.
I got trained by
23 of them
one time in college. It doesn't really matter. I don't know how many numbers it was.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, that's actually a good question. So, James, I'll throw it back at you.
The distribution of that 24 matters.
That's right. So let's say
did it happen all in one night?
Let's say you met a girl, you love everything about her. She's like, I've been with 25 guys, but there was one night where all 24 banged me at once.
Yeah, like where I was at like a football party, and half the team ran
the whole team had a chance.
Yeah, all of Man U ran train on it. You know?
I would kind of be like inclined to say, well, you know, that time you did that, can I have a free pass and we do that?
and that would be okay for you.
So I can dip my cock in 24 women or 25 women all in one night.
What if she said no?
Then I'd be like, but motherfucker, you did it.
But she would say, but that's my past, James. You can't judge me for my past.
I'll say tomorrow this will be my past too.
Hey, you got to answer that. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. It's a bit of a different one, isn't it? It's a bit hypersexual, isn't it? I'd be worried about her being a hypersexual person who isn't satisfied by just one person.
I'll tell you what my ultimate caveat is. I don't know if I care about the number as much as I care about the trust.
Yeah.
Like if a girl had a high number, but I still felt like she was a loyal, honest person,
yes,
I'd be more likely to ignore whatever the
trust is everything.
No, it's all with context.
I think if the girl had like 25 partners and she was like, seemed like she was ready to bounce at any moment to fuck anybody, then it would be like, yeah.
I think you can trust someone if they told you they got trained.
Yeah, more than someone that said,
I don't know if I could say somebody who got trained. I don't know.
But you can trust them.
So which one is worse then? To say, okay, she's been trained by 20 guys in one season, or she had 20 partners in a year.
She didn't tell you she got trained.
I think I would be more apt to stay away from the one that got trained.
Me too.
Well, what if okay, would you rather the person that got trained?
That goes against everything you just said, though.
No, why?
Because you just said, look, if she's obviously had this, she's more likely to bounce because she's been with 20 different guys and never been satisfied. So that trusting comes into play. But then if she's been trained just one night by 20 guys,
but Samson, I would think there was something severely psychologically wrong with this person if they want to get trained by 24 guys.
Yeah, but we must have been, her college days, isn't it? That was a long time ago.
I'd be like, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, you said I wanted to say I was experimenting.
No, I'm like, no, there's something wrong. There's
some limits of like what is like okay in college and getting trained by 25.
Oh man!
Look, if she says she had a 3-way, that's okay, whatever. But if it's like if I had a team ran off by like 8 guys, 10 guys, it's like no.
James, if your girl came to you, let's say you've been dating, let's say you're with Yannicka after like, I don't want to be disrespectful.
Oh, Yannicka, she knows a joke. She can take a joke.
Okay, so you're dating Yannicka, it's 6 months in, you're falling in love.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just want to let you know, I got, 2 guys banged me at once. Like I had a threesome with 2 guys like a couple years ago.
I think a part of me would be like, I think I would be because I can only speak from how I feel about Yannicka now.
Yeah.
If I wasn't at that point yet, I could probably go, oh, okay. But when you already have the love for someone that you do, and then you're like spoiled by it, you're like, oh, it's a bit different.
Yeah, but
so I think it's a hard question to answer.
Fine. Let's change it. What if she said it? If Summer came to me right now and said, I had a threesome with 2 dudes like 5 years before I met you.
Yeah, I'm
not going nowhere. I'd be like, well, fuck this.
No,
you've lied to me for
because you got investment. You got fully investment though.
But
so you're the same.
Yeah, but it'd be way easier to accept than someone who you're developing a relationship.
Who's just developing.
But for you being someone that knows everything about her, if you were this far into your relationship,
you would lose your shit.
She kept that from you for so long, you would feel like there was a breach of trust there, big time.
Yeah, I would have to be like, I'm going to have a threesome to make this even.
I would. I would as well.
I would as well.
I have to.
It would be a the universe. It's the way the universe works. Karma.
Between the 4 of you, who do you think had the wildest young life?
Not me. I wasn't that wild.
Ian's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, Ian
but so is Ben though. So is Sam and James.
Most wild in terms of what though?
Well, you know what people mean when they mean wild.
Sexually, I don't think me, but I think in terms of like crazy things I've done in my life, I think it would be me. Yeah.
Sexually, I already know who it is, and he's not on the podcast.
Yeah.
Ben's quite sexual.
I think in terms of doing,
I didn't want to say his name, but James is like,
I know he's sexual. I've seen his cock.
You've seen his cock?
I've seen his cock.
No, you haven't.
I've seen his cock.
Is it little? Is it little?
It's pierced to fuck. It's got like about 20
Don't
pieces.
Don't say that.
It's what it is.
He's lying.
He's a unique lad. He's a unique lad.
What? We already talked with him about this on the podcast.
No, we didn't.
I was quite sexual when I was younger because I used to drink a lot of alcohol and hang out in parks, and we all did that. And I'd end up having like a lot of street fights and sex. But I didn't do nothing fun like put fireworks up.
James, how many? James, how many? If you had to try and remember, ballpark, how many street fights have you been in?
Probably only like 12, 13.
And how many girls did you fuck in the park?
Probably about 7, 8.
And why in the park? Why in the park?
Because you can go nowhere when you're like, I was like 16, 15.
That's like what you do in the UK, though.
I was 15, bro. I had a can of Stella, and I was like, who wants a shop, and then people were like, "Yeah, me."
I don't know why. I don't know why, but I see you like sniffing cans of paint. Were you doing that shit too?
No, I went into the. I had mates that used to do aerosol.
That's my shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's Ian.
Yeah. I was doing drugs and like going and doing crazy shit. Yeah, that was my shit.
I didn't really do. I was alcohol and weed. I never did cocaine. I think I did it once, and I was like, "Fucking hell, this is shit." I hated it. I never really did drugs. A lot of people I know did, but I wasn't a druggie.
He wasn't doing the cocaine we were doing, Fouad, apparently.
Samson, you had a cleaner childhood, right?
Oh yeah, I had a clear childhood.
Like you didn't get into any fucked up shit like in your teenage years.
No. More of fights a lot, but no more.
You got in a lot of fights?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I went to boarding house, man.
You're such a nice. Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Fucking crazy. I didn't do anything fucked up till I was like 20. My teenage years were pretty sheltered, and then when I started bouncing, that's when I started witnessing more fucked up shit.
Started being an arsehole for a little while.
No, it wasn't that. It was like when I started bouncing at strip clubs, I started witnessing more weird shit, like girls doing coke in the bathroom and like drug dealers
You're exposed to a different world.
Yeah, I was exposed to like a lot more fucked up shit. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't do shit in my teenage years. I was like
mine was like between the ages of 15 and 20.
Yeah.
15 to 19, 20. Yeah.
I was like 20 to 25. Yeah. And now I'm trying to go back. I'm retired.
I used to get in the clubs really young because my best friend was a doorman. So even when I was underage, he was letting me in. So I'd smoke and drink.
Did you go to clubs a lot?
Every week.
Really?
Yeah, I never really did anything other than just go in and fucking stand around like a knob because I was not sure what to do in there.
But did you drank though?
Yeah, I got pissed crazy all the time, every time. Stayed out till like 4 a.m, 5 a.m, fucked out my nut every time.
I want to see that, James.
Oh, it was awful. Dude, I started doing backflips in the street and shit. It was terrible.
No way.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, we gotta wait after the Arnold. We need that James back for a night. No fights, just
no fights.
Just backflips. Just backflips.
Just backflips. Backflips with a bad knee. Sure.
Start a couple fights in the Arnold. That'd be fun.
All right. Let's rate another physique. 225 pounds in the off-season lean. Competed once 1.5 years ago. Won both my class.
Let's see the pictures.
So fuck your resume. Just show us what you got.
Oh, he's got it back.
We don't sit there before we go on stage and give them a fucking spiel about our life. I just want to see the pictures.
Kid's got a fucking good back.
That's a dense back. That's a good back. Yeah.
Let's see. This is why. Okay.
Yeah, is this why?
Those are pretty good deadlifts.
That's 4 plates. He's moving that like butter.
Yeah. Let's see a squat. 4 plates. Legs look a little thin. Oh, that looks uncomfortable.
Let's look at that head.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit of a hip dump there.
Butt wink.
Butt wink. Yeah, the old butt wink.
A little bit of heel lift too. I would open that stance up a little bit, man. Keep your head up, back straight.
Get a wedge out there. Get a wedge out.
James, you can give him some pointers. Your squat's fucking pristine.
I like him going narrow, but I would have the knees driving out slightly more, and I'd probably use a wedge.
I'd use a wedge too.
When you say, just because he might not know what that means, when you say wedge,
elevate your heels.
Yeah, just get a good quality one, a metal one.
And if you don't,
he doesn't feel the need to dump in and close that gap between his hips and his upper body like that.
Yeah, he won't have to lean so much forward.
Yeah, he's leaning to close that gap where he can't get it in his ankle mobility. You know.
Yeah.
But listen, the dude's putting 4 plates on a bar and getting it done. So with a little bit of correction.
No. Listen, the
strength is there for sure.
Yeah. This is strong, especially for like his feet are pretty close together. It looks a little uncomfortable. Is all. That's all.
And it is because of mechanically that's not ideal. The bar, if he's squaring as upright as that, ideally he should have that bar probably an inch or 2 lower with his elbows down and tight.
Yeah,
because his elbows are sitting quite high. The bar's pulling forward.
So actually, that's interesting, James. So
you like get those elbows down tighter.
Yeah. So you need to try and drive the elbows forward.
One second. Let me ask you a question. So you like the bar sitting lower on the traps?
Oh yeah.
I don't need to because I've got shoulder mobility to do this with my elbows forward even there. But he could do with it to allow him to draw the shoulder blades back towards his. Basically, draw the shoulder blades back so he can push his elbows under them.
That'll tighten up everything. Posterior chain.
Sorry, guys. Let me ask a question because I don't know this stuff. Yeah. So you want your elbows pointing more downwards?
Yes.
Tighter to the body and more forward.
I've never even considered that when squatting.
Because you got to think with your back, your upper back will contract.
You're like locking in.
No, guys. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's never something I considered.
Yeah, if you're, then that's going to encourage.
Yeah, you don't want to be like that. Yeah.
No, you want to lock everything in. Yeah.
I just never thought of that cue.
It's because normally cues come from you look at legs, don't you?
Right.
Like, okay, let's see what he's doing from the waist down. When a lot of the time with a squat, it's actually what's going on from the waist up.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Good.
We need to see his actual physique here. So.
Yeah, I don't know what. Oh, here we go.
Oh, no, there's stage photos below.
That looks all right as well. It's got good taper. Like it's got a bit of.
Is this him here, or is this?
He's on the left.
That's him. Yeah. He's ginger.
No, he's on the right. This has got to be his back.
He's the ginger one.
His back's good.
His back is great. Hamstrings are pretty good.
Good separation in the arms.
Arms and shoulders are pretty good.
He doesn't pin his shoulders too much. It looks a bit if he's using gear.
Stage shots from the front.
Oh, nice.
Oh, this guy's solid.
Legs great.
Yeah. Conditioning looks good. Midsection looks good. Could use a little more arms.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Got good shape. A little bit.
I find ginger people have good genetics.
Yeah. says the ginger guy.
Well, I'm not actually ginger. My hair isn't actually ginger. My beard is.
Brock, I don't want to be rude and point this out, but you need to get this gyno taken care of before you compete at any higher levels, because they will penalize you for this.
Come over to England, use Signature Clinic, and use code PFT100.
Well, no, because honestly,
no, it's honestly it will.
And not to be rude, but like it would be a shame because all of this is put together very well.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Good hamstrings, good calves, good separation in the leg, stomach is good, like shoulders, arms, everything is there. Just like this is.
Just get them glands cut out, bro. Makes life a lot easier.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna say, without seeing any back shots, I'm gonna say like a 7.7, 7.8.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7.2.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a word. He's a prospect.
He is a prospect.
I think he's got great quads. The quads look really good. The calves look good.
He doesn't say how old he is. I'm kind of curious.
I think he's pretty young.
He looks young. Yeah, he looks young.
He hasn't got a beard yet.
Let's see this. I'm curious how this is going to look.
I used to love doing these. Ian, you were probably really good at these.
I was always horrible at these. I do them behind the head. I couldn't do them in front.
Yeah,
I did behind the head for a while. Ooh. I get the single.
See, you know why I never liked that?
This is 160.
It makes things.
This is over 3 years ago.
This is why I never liked that. See where his ass is? It's like slid out on the bench.
Yeah. Changes.
And he's like, you're leaning back and your back is arching. I just never got comfortable doing this movement.
I don't like these short, very upright benches that they make them on.
It's almost like you'd need a standing one with a lean. Like about that much lean back.
Yeah. If you could like get one like just like that, just a touch back.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do one more and then we'll go. How do you find balance between feeling like you don't do enough and resting enough to function?
It's a hard one sometimes. I always feel like that. I'm always like, did I do the right amount? You just have to crack on, don't you?
Yeah.
I normally ask other people I trust for their advice.
I look for other cues. Like if we're talking about bodybuilding,
I just make sure I'm progressing in my lifts. Like if I'm still getting like linear progression in my strength, I don't think I'm doing too much.
Yeah, sure.
My feeling is if I don't feel like going to the gym for consecutive days in a row,
something's up.
You've overdone.
Or if my libido's gone, or if I'm not sleeping right, like all these little, or if my appetite, if I'm not eating shitty and my appetite gets fucked, I'm like, my body's telling me something. Mine's
if I feel really hollow, like hollowed out when you're just like, you're burning through things too quickly. You need to calm down.
Yeah. It's weird how sometimes like one day might not even be enough. Sometimes taking like 2 days off in a row and you often, more so often. Yeah.
Samson's so full with glycogen.
Because I go regime, so he always just works out the same sort of thing where.
What do you mean?
Rest 2 days in the week and every other day I train, regardless of.
He's basically found his formula.
Explain your setup.
So training from Monday all the way to Thursday, rest Friday, train again Saturday, then rest Sunday, and then Monday.
What do you do on a Saturday? It's weird with the 1-1.
Yeah, why do you do that split?
Is that just
literally just because it just fell into it? Is more laziness than anything because we just picked Friday. Because normally, most people put the rest in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
But for some reason, doing that middle of the week is when I'm actually have most of my energy in.
Okay.
It's more. I'm not sort of that slow from the weekend, and yet still quite fired up.
Can I
So
ask
for
you
me,
a
if I have a
question?
rest in the week, yeah.
What is that? What is the training day? The single training day? What is that day?
Yeah, what do you do on a Saturday?
Oh, that's normally chest.
So do you like to go to other gyms on that Saturday? Is it like a
yeah, I could do, because it's more flexibility on that day. So I can literally, I train a lot earlier in the morning. I do more things than that.
What is the first day back on the Sunday? What's
Monday.
that day?
Oh, back.
That's back. Okay, that makes sense. I was going to say, but because
So
I was
always
going
put like, obviously the weekend
say,
group at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
because I was going to say I would have back be the single day if I was going to do that split, because then it would
But
be
that's the day I'm most tired though.
Oh, okay.
Even with for some reason, even with that Friday rest, it's never like, it never feels like full rest after a full week of it.
Okay.
But for some reason,
I got another question. What's the Thursday? What's that training day?
Arms.
Okay. Smaller ones. You don't want to burn your arms out at the beginning of your training week.
Yeah. See, my philosophy about it was always I had to rest after 3 days, because if I did 3 hard training days, I felt like the 4th day suffered. Like I just didn't have the same like.
I think that's why arms is there, isn't it?
Driving it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I put mine in the beginning of the week. Like obviously the back and the legs always the beginning of the week, because for some reason, no matter what, I think it's probably the working thing. Because remember, because I used to work 9 to 5.
Right.
I'm always so prone to that 5 days on and then weekend rest.
Yeah.
So.
But you train legs after back.
Yeah.
And it doesn't wear you out.
Nope.
Fuck, I could never do that. I always have to
split. At the beginning of the week is when I'm literally the most fired up.
Yeah.
By the time it starts getting down to like Thursday, I can already feel like, you know what, only the small muscle groups I don't really need to think about I have left.
Right.
And then to kind of come back in, then I have the Friday rest. And normally I never used to rest on a Friday.
Right.
I used to go back and train like glutes and whatever, hamstring on their own day.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm like you. Like I used to, again, I talk to someone like Jordan. He'd be like, "You shouldn't. Let's not do back the day after legs, because you want to try and preserve your lower back."
That's how
but I trained like that so often in my early days that I could literally do squats one day and then deadlifts the next. It was just used to it. Yeah. I think it's just whatever your body is.
You know, it's
acclimates to, isn't it? Used to.
You know that what that makes me think of, Samson, is John used to like doing a 6-day.
Yeah.
He would do a 6-day split, take the Sunday off, but 2 of those days out of the 6 would be like pump days.
Yeah.
So like you said, like it would be like a hamstring, glute, like maybe
something
going
to do a lot less. Yeah.
Or
higher rep, less, more of a pump, like
or like nothing to failure that day, or like
Well, like you say, you start your week on your biggest stuff, and then as fatigue starts kicking, you hit some smaller stuff,
as you go down,
and then go big again. Yeah.
See, I always like to put back and legs after a rest day.
Yeah.
So he
does.
No, but he does legs after back.
No, legs I do like after back.
But I mean he has a rest day before. Sorry.
I would do like a legs or back after the Sunday off.
Yeah.
Then I would take a Thursday off and then do legs or back on the Friday. That way it was always after a day off, because I always want to prioritize those 2 body parts.
You look at what your body needs, don't you? And you kind of build around that.
Yeah. Okay. One more. Roast my physique. Should we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. I got to go to jiu-jitsu tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Can I tell you guys? I think I never really experienced what it means to have discipline until now.
I don't believe that.
Really?
Well, I'll tell you.
Come on now.
I'll tell you why I say that. So it takes a lot of discipline to bodybuild, right? But the difference is I like everything about bodybuilding.
Yes.
So even though I hated the diet and like suffering through the diet, it still didn't I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Doing high intensity cardio is fucking hard as fuck.
I actually dislike it.
I actually dislike.
Yeah.
Like when my heart rate gets to 180, I'm like,
so uncomfortable.
This is fucking brutal.
I don't think I've ever got my heart rate to 180.
James,
I didn't want to.
It takes me like an hour to recover. I'm like, what the fuck? And I got to do that shit every day. It's like, fucking ignorant shit.
Yeah,
okay,
but you'll over time your heart rate will start staying way lower. You know,
I'm not hoping for that. I'm hoping that it comes back faster.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
Even then, you'll find that you can do more, and it won't get as high. Like when I started like running again and like doing cardio, I'd be doing like getting on the fucking treadmill or on the stairs or running. My heart rate would be 185, 180 beats a minute. Doing that exact same workout at that exact same pace, I'm like 135, 140 now.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. But I think isn't like true conditioning, isn't it mean like when you can get your heart rate up and then down back really fast?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do is like get my body to a point where I can skyrocket it and then recover quickly.
Yes.
So
yeah, but it depends what you're doing. If you're doing activities that are going to skyrocket it no matter what,
right.
Yes, you want to condition it so that you can recover quickly. Yes.
Right. All right. This is Dan.
But like, obviously, if you were trying to run a marathon, you don't want your heart rate to be 185 beats a minute for 3 hours. You know?
Right. Of course.
Like, you're never going to sustain that. You need to be able to train it to get it down. You know?
Yeah. This is Dan Zeeler. He says, roast my physique.
All right, Dan, well, you fucking suck. That's for sure.
The legs are tiny. Legs are skinny
You're
as shit.
fucking tiny. Got no upper body. God, your triceps are non-existent.
It's actually got decent shape.
You call that a vacuum? What the fuck is that? Come on.
This is like you drive a train through these fucking legs.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. And what are these trunks?
Look at
those trunks up. Where'd you get those? On fucking Amazon, those trunks? Come on.
Sloping shoulders. There's no cap at all.
No.
Let's
the only thing I'm looking at is the belly button.
Oh, you got to give him some props for this.
What's he squatting?
It's 3 and a 10, but I got the depth is impressive.
Oh, he's having a little pose already. His lad.
His training partner is posing. All right, let's see this.
His training partner has on the whitest shoes I've ever seen in my life, like white person shoes. Look at those things.
Oh no, that's not.
He's definitely a white boy.
You would never see anyone but a really white guy wearing those.
Dan, your squat is ugly as fuck. Look at this, all low back. Look at this. Okay, your depth is good, but not if you have to use your lower back to get out of the hole. Oh my god, that's a good morning.
I can't see if he's got fucking air bubbles in them trainers or not because it looks like he fucking has.
Oh god, that was rough. All right, let's see what do we got here. Yeah, he's just a mushy sack of potatoes.
Garbage. Sack of fucking shit.
He's just a fucking look at it.
Man.
Look at this fucking lat is like going inwards.
What is this? Your waist is wider than your lats.
Look at this what is this pose? This is supposed to be a fucking rear 3/4?
Yeah, this is a rear 3/4.
Oh my god.
It's a rear half.
You know what I always found hilarious is that why when people look at somebody pose, they try and copy it, it looks nothing like it.
Yeah.
Like, how did you manage to fuck it up this bad?
Yeah, you even took a picture of it. You could have just looked at the picture and be like, "That's not quite right."
Yeah, like if you did that, and then you saw it on your phone, would you be like, "I can't post this. It looks like shit."
Well, let's see the next one. Maybe he. And why are you doing your legs like a back double in a front? This is a front double, bro, not a back double.
Let's see. Oh, the hardcore exercises. So one arm.
Oh,
yeah, boy.
That's how you build that big meaty back right there.
Look at he's going so light that he doesn't even have to put his
feet. Show those lats. Get in there.
Look at. He doesn't even have to put his feet up on the things because he's like it's not pulling him.
What's it on? They won't show the stack.
No, it's got like 30 pounds on it for sure.
Oh yeah, look at that angle. Get tight in on those lats. Let us see him.
Look at the sloping rear delt. Like he's never trained rear delts in his life. It's all front delt. Look at this angle. It's like the zero.
Yeah, what is that? This guy's been just flat benching for a decade.
All right.
Flat benching or using only front delts.
Is that his girlfriend? I better not make fun of his girlfriend.
I would thought that's his.
Okay, are we done?
That was a roast, right? That was good enough roast.
I think you did your job. I think you two did your job well.
Pretty good there. That's a good way to finish.
Good job, Dan. Hope you listen. Good, you're a good sport. In all honesty, everything's pretty even. You just need to get bigger.
Yeah.
Like there's good separation here in the legs.
The arms need to come up the most for sure.
Yeah. But like if you see that, like that's pretty good structure overall.
Yeah. No, legs are really good. Good detail in the quads.
Yeah.
Waist is nice and small. The shape is good. You know, just needs to grow. Yeah.
Can't do much about the face, but everything else is pretty good.
Just get bigger. You're just still tiny, okay?
Yeah. All right, boys. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Appreciate it,
guys. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, gentlemen.
Bye-bye.